Thank you, Angie, for my fairy wings. I love that. Thank you, Lucy. Rebecca. Yes, we're back in business. Guys, thank you, San. Thank you, San Mom. Thank you, Lisa. If you do send a gift, please get a pin off the moderators. Make sure you ask them, please. Thank you, Lisa Marie. Hello, Olivia. Thank you, everybody. I'm okay, Lisa. I'm okay. I'm just tired, darling. Thank you, Tara. Thank you, Bev. Yeah, so you're dancing, Roxy. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Tara. Oh, here's Adam with the puppy kisses. Mwah. Thank you, Adam. Lisa for the popular gift. Thank you. Kaz, Tara. Big up, everybody. Laura, thank you so much. Good morning, Jane. Good morning. Hello, Ashley. Hello, darling. Thank you, Holiday Travels. Everybody, thank you so much. Get a pin. There you go. Get your cheeky pins. Just ask the moderators, guys. Ask the moderators and they'll give you a pin. Thank you, Kaz. Lula, Sammy, Susie. It's only Savage Cowboy. Yeehaw, Cowboy. Thank you for the galaxy, my darling. Oh, Cowboy spoiling me again. Thank you. Hey, yeah. Oh, hey, yeah. Oh, I love you too, Kim. Thank you, Tom. My darling with the black swan! Oh, Sally, thank you so much. I love that gift. It's beautiful. Thank you, Sally. Good morning. Hello, Jackie. Oh, I love that. Thank you, Sally. Nat, here she is with the fireworks. Nat, is it going to be one of them days, do you think? Should we have fireworks today, guys? Thank you, Cyprus. Oh, I love my fairy wings. Thank you, Cyprus. Thank you, everyone. Yeah? Okay, if you want fireworks, we'll have fireworks. We're taking the miss. Luke! Luke, answer your messages, darling, please. Wanna stay in your arms forever. Guys, can we have blue hearts in the chat for my Luke, please? Luke! Come on, Luke! Thank you, Totty. Thank you, Sarah. Oh, yeah. Blue hearts for Luke immediately. Oh, little Levy, you are with the coral. Thank you, little Levy. Oh, yeah. Have blue hearts been blocked from the comments? Where's the blue hearts? There they are. Thank you. Angie, you light up my day too. Thank you so much, Angie. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, here he is. Alexa off.
Why have the dark blue hearts been blocked?
No, they're there.
No, they're not.
They are. I can see them in the comment section.
Just getting the last one. Oh, okay. How are you? Are you all right?
I'm all right. Well, are you okay? Because I checked in on you this morning.
Yeah, I've had a lot to do.
Okay, darling. Is it one of them days?
It was one of them days yesterday, but do you know what? It was lovely to get the messages I got last night.
And you know what, Luke? We all go through bad times on here, right? And the only thing that really matters is the people that genuinely reach out and the people that are there for you. Sod the rest.
You know what? Do you know what? There was lots of people that. What shocked me the last 2 days, there was lots of people that I didn't think. I won't say trolls, just people that don't like coming in my room. There was lots of people that said, listen, I don't like you, but what's been done's out of order, what's been said, and that means a lot. Obviously, the people that have messaged me, I message them back all the time. But it was just nice. It was nice for people that said, like, I'm just having a change up in my room as well, Red.
Oh, you darling.
Yeah, I've took a lot of... like I'll be the person to block people now, and and the mods have mute powers, but I've took all the blocking powers because I know they're defending me and I know they're trying to keep my room safe, but they do care too much. So I've basically unblocked everyone last night, and everyone can have their opinions. Every single person can have their opinions. They won't get blocked. They won't get muted. but it's made me see that people of certain communities, even though I may not get on with their creator, have still messaged me. So I was wrong about a lot of communities on this app. I was wrong about the cult. Maybe some of the Crip have messaged me, you know. So yeah, I've just got to start being a bit more mindful.
Okay, well, you know, at the end of the day, this app is a learning curve. Just because we're adults, it doesn't mean that, you know, we get things right on here all the time. And it's all about learning, growing, and, you know, owning when you make a mistake. And I think that's the most important thing with TikTok. You know, just because we have platforms and we hold lives, it doesn't mean that we're always going to get it right. And it's all about just, you know, learning, really.
You've got to understand as well, everyone. You've got to understand my room, because we've taken on so many communities, right? My room has been... My mods are fucking brilliant. Every single one of them are brilliant. Like, we've had a lot of trolling, Red. Like, the room... We've had a lot of things said. We've had a lot of people trying docs. Like, I'm not saying that it's any different from any other room, but we get a lot of shit, and they do a fantastic job. My mods, every single one of them. And do you know what? If any of you knew the amount of shit that Patricia gets for supporting me, I think it's disgusting that people are going around messaging her like all she does, she doesn't go into any other room, she doesn't shit stir, she's not derogatory, but the amount of messages she gets just because she supports me is fucking disgusting. Like, it really is bad.
Yeah, I think, you know, I mean, I've got to be honest, I think, you know, we've got fantastic mods in here, and, you know, I think moderators, they do get a lot of stick for the creators that, you know, they support and they help out, and it's not fair, you know, it's not fair on moderators, you know. So yeah, people just need to be a little bit more mindful.
Ash, but I don't involve myself. We all do FYP. So if you're saying, Luke, you involve yourself in things you don't concern, every single creator that does FYP involves and has an opinion on something that's nothing to do with them. So that's pretty pathetic to say in the comments, really, that you get involved, because we all get involved in stuff. But everybody will be allowed your opinion. You won't be blocked. You won't be muted. The mods know what they're doing. But people that went into Pearls last night and said, Reg, you were asleep, and I've been blocked. Don't lie, because I checked all my mod lists last night. I checked all my block list last night. People that were saying that they've been blocked with no heart me's in Pearls, you weren't blocked. I don't know if you just want it for a little bit of attention or something like that. You weren't all blocked, because I've screenshotted all of my block list and I'm happy to put it up.
Yeah, I'm just going through my blocked accounts now. I don't really go through my, you know, through my block list. But I see, with me, I kind of like, I trust, you know, and my block list actually isn't that big. There's probably about 30 people on the app. Yeah, there's around about 30 people on my block list that I'm seeing, you know, because 9 times out of 10, we'll block them in the live, and then once we've come off, you know, we'll unblock some people.
I think when people are saying that I'm down, I am down, because when people are using a man that I've never met against me and singing songs, I get mocked for me looks every day. I get called fat. Now, I know you're going to get into things today, and this is your show, but when people are making songs about me sucking things off and shit like that, and sitting there laughing derogatory about my looks all the time, it's not fucking funny. I've never gone to them levels of fucking getting someone in the box to do a hate song on someone. Hello, Nicola. Oh,
sorry. Yeah, go on, Luke.
And I just think, do you know what? Like, you want to sit there and mock people's looks and laugh about people's looks. Like, mock me, mock Miss Red, mock Angie. You know, you've mocked DQ, you've mocked Alex, you've mocked Corey. If you're going to sit there and laugh at a song, why don't you put yourself on camera? Why don't you put yourself on camera so we can all have a good look at who you're hiding? And that's all I want to say, really, is that... you know, you've been mocked for your looks. I get it every day. EQ gets it. Fucking Alex has been mocked for his size. Fucking Corey, Delusive, by the same person that thinks it's funny and hilarious to do a song about my looks. But yet that person will not put themselves on camera and pretends to be someone that's 30 years younger than her.
Yeah, I agree. We're going to talk about it today anyway, Luke. So if you can, stay tuned.
I'm going to muck the horses out now. I'm not on today. I'm back tomorrow. But all of you have a beautiful day. I hope even you trolls have a blessed day. And Miss Red, you look fantastic.
Thank you, my darling. And do you know what, Luke? Pay no attention to what people have got to say about your looks and everything else, because at the end of the day, it's kind of like an internal hate when people have to continuously go for looks and everything. It's an internal hate within oneself. You see, it's kind of like deflecting back. It's deflecting back their own feelings. You know, I've met you in real life, and I can say you're quite handsome. I know.
Listen. I don't need to pretend. I don't need to pretend to be anything. I know what I am. I don't need to get lip fillers or fucking everything. I know what I am. I've been comfortable with what I am for a very, very long time. Top Girl says she loves you. She just messaged me. But like, I am guilty of going at people, but I only ever go at people that go at me. You will never find an argument that I start first. And that's who I am. But I'm not going to change who I am for everyone. If you
Absolutely not. And like I say, guys, I've met Luke in real life on many of occasions, and he's a hottie.
Listen, Red, I've been told all my life since I was 9 years old that I'm ugly, I'm fat. I've been told. I have been told all my life what I am. Yeah, ugly, fat, queer, puff, everything. I've had it all my life. I used to get it off my stepdad. I've had it all my life. Yeah, all my life. I don't sit here and pretend to be anything I'm not. I know what I am. Yeah, I know exactly what I am. But anyway, listen, you have a great show. And I'll speak to you all tomorrow at 3:00. Love you all. Even you trolls, I love you.
Oh, you love the trolls as well? He's gone. Oh, he loves the trolls today. Oh, it really winds me up when he calls himself ugly, because he's far from. Thank you, Alicia. Alicia saved me a job then. I was going to fight getting the camera back on. He's far from. I've met him so many times. You know, in real life. And I've always said, you know, that camera does him no justice. Do you know what I mean? Because he looks completely different in real life if you've met him. And he's far from ugly. Do you love the lipstick? So it's just my usual combo with a bit of highlighter on. Thank you, Kelly, for the butterfly wings. Right, guys, with that being said, hello, Jackie. Thank you, Jackie, Kelly, and Totty. With that being said, guys, let's get to 100k taps, please. Let's get the reposts out. Miss Red is back in business. We're back in business today. We're going to have the boxes open. While I'm showing videos throughout the lives, I want you, if you want to, I'm not going to hold you hostage in the boxes or anything like that. If you are against, if you are for, thank you, Darren, thank you, Kim. Get in the box and have your opinion. Remember, this is how this room started out. This room was built on your opinions, guys, all right? And I want these boxes to be full. I want to hear what you've got to say. I want to hear if you agree, if you disagree. We want to hear what you've got to say, okay? But I do want to say, if you do get in the box and it goes a little pear-shaped, you have to drop down. I will do my best to protect you always. But when you are jumping in a box, please be mindful that, you know, things may get a little bit heated. You may not like what the comments are saying, but, you know, we're all adults and, you know, we've got to do our thing in here, right? All right, guys, so let's tap the screen. Let's get 100k taps. Let's repost the live. Let's get 300 reposts, guys, just to let TikTok know Miss Red's back in business today. Thank you, Lee. Thank you for the fairy wings, Lee. Thank you, my darling. And I just want to say, guys, thank you, Amy. If you do send a gift, let the moderators know, because otherwise they can't find you. All right, just put me or heart or hi, and the moderators will pin you, guys. And then if everybody follows everybody back, you'll get all your followers up there, you see. Oh, yes. So I just want to say to everybody that reached out to me yesterday and, you know, have been offering me support over the last couple of weeks, I just want to say thank you to all of you. You know who you are. I'm not going to, you know, sit here and name everybody, because there's just so many of you, whether you're from my community, you're from other communities, you're a creator, you're a live streamer. Thank you, everybody, so much for the support and the kindness that you've shown me over the last couple of weeks. Yesterday, this is going to sound weird, but it was a beautiful day. And my nephew got the send-off that he deserved. And afterwards, we all went back to my brother and my sister-in-law's house, and we ate a curry and we had a school cake, and we drank tea and coffee, and you know, it was just such a beautiful send-off. It was. And again, thank you to everybody that's shown me kindness over the last couple of weeks, and here we are back today and back to business, and just thank you guys for bearing with me over the last 7-8 weeks. I appreciate you all so much, and you'll never really know how much I do appreciate you, and that's the truth. That really is. But just moving forward from that, life is just so short and life is just so precious. I'm coming off like I'm no philosopher or anything like that, but life's so short and life's so precious. And you know, we have all the beefs and we have all the drama on here, but tomorrow isn't promised. You know what I mean? And over the last couple of weeks, when something like that hits home, because I know other people have gone through loss as well. That, Luke. Thank you, Luke. I love you. Thank you, Luke. Yeah, life's just too short, man. Life's too short. But thank you, everybody. I don't want to talk anymore because I'll start crying, and I don't want to cry today. I don't want to cry today. Thank you, Luke. Yeah, and obviously still give me a couple of days and a week or so, and then hopefully I'll have my head back in the game 100%, you know. I'm sorry to hear that, guys. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm just reading your comments. Right. Again, thank you, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Thank you, Lissy Lou. Thank you, my darling. So I want to take this show back to basics. I don't want it to be a whole clapback live, because I've been watching what you've all been saying and I'm listening, all right? But it's easier said than done, you see, because when you've got people talking about you 24/7, or you've got somebody saying something about you and it's not true, you have to kind of like give it a little bit of response. So moving forward, it isn't going to be a clapback live. It is purely going to be FYP. I will play my FYP, what I want to play. I will no longer be expected to be the police of TikTok, because I am not the police of TikTok. I'm just one woman sat here in her kitchen. So please don't expect me to sit here and call everything out. Okay, guys, I'll pick what I want to call out, what I want to cover. Moving forwards, I am not the police of TikTok. And I do not put myself on this big pedestal. I do nothing different than any other person that comes to, that leaves a comment, that does an FYP show. So I will not be pressured anymore when something happens on this app, or whether a friend, it's a friend, whether it's a foe. I will cover what I want to cover. Thank you, Deb. All right, doesn't mean I'm going to be biased. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I will cover. Oh, PJ. Thank you, PJ, for my carousel. Thank you, PJ. Love you. Stitch the bitch. Hello, darling. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Mickey. Because I think. No. Thank you, Adam, my darling. Thank you. Mods, can you pin PJ and Adam and everybody sending me all these wonderful gifts, please? I think that people expect a little bit too much sometimes, and they have done with me for quite a while, and I'm not being a victim. I'm just saying sometimes the pressure's a lot to carry, and I'm not carrying that pressure anymore. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to have people say, is Miss Red going to talk about it? I wonder what Miss Red's going to say. Da, 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 da. I'm not doing that anymore, guys. Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Crafty Girl. I'll have my opinions. If you don't agree with my opinions, this is why we're going to open the boxes for you to come in. You can either agree, disagree. Thank you, Totty. Thank you, Johnny. I don't want you to come in the box and tell me how much you love me, because I know that you love me and you appreciate me because you're here, right? I want to hear what you've got to say. Okay, everybody. Now, these reposts are terrible. We've got 91 reposts. This is just horrendous. Can we get these reposts in, please, guys? Thank you. Miss Smith, Lisa Marie, thank you very much. We've got a bit to cover today. We've got lots of videos there, and I'm going to cover what I want to cover. Don't forget, I can't cover it if you're not atting me in the Miss Red's FYP cunts. Kent. I've got to change the name of that actually. Account. So if you want me to cover it on my show, please get tagging me or atting me in comment sections, and then I'll pick and select what I want to talk about then, obviously, because, you know, we've only got a couple of hours here, haven't we? And then, you know, we'll do what we can. Thank you, everybody. Amanda Shalbal, thank you. And I just want to say, there's people that I don't get on with on this app, okay? It doesn't mean just because I don't get on with somebody that I'm going to sit here and I'm going to continuously call out what they do. If I think they're in the right, I'm going to say that they're in the right. Doesn't mean that we're best friends or anything like that. It just means that I'm being fair. All right, I don't want this to be known as an echo chamber, because I don't want it to be. So whether I like you, dislike you, I'm going to be fair with my opinions. All right, we've all got them. Okay, thank you, Mikey. Yes, I can see the repost going out. And thank you for the side-by-side, my darling. Thank you. Guys, I do have a little goal up here. If you can contribute to that, thank you very much. But I just want to say, please do not feel pressured. If you can't afford to help out in any which way, whether it be, you know, goals and things like that, tap the screen, repost the live, vote on a poll. Everything helps around here. All right, guys. So again, moving forwards, if you can just tap the screen, repost, heart me, whatever you can do, it all counts and it all helps. That's it. You don't have to apologise. Thank you, Trish. Thank you, Sarah. Never apologise for not being able to, you know, send a gift, a repost, a tap. You know, it's just as more valuable, and that's the truth. It all helps alive, right? Thank you, Bella. Oh, Jackie, what did you put on my eyes? Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Dazzler. Right, where are we, guys? We've got 100k taps. We've got 174 reposts. I love you too, Alicia. I love you too, darling. Oh, do you love the sloth? I ain't seen that before. Never seen one of them before. See, its nails really sharp, aren't they? Thank you, I missed that. I'm listening but not watching for a couple of hours. It's okay, Cockapoo. I know you got business to attend to, darling. Basically, what Cockapoo's up to, she's writing this week's scripts and scheduling this week's. Thank you, Sally. Oh. Thank you, Sally. And scheduling this week's Cobra calls. All right, guys. So that's what she's busy doing at the minute. TJ, thank you. Alexa, play the BBC News theme tune.
Here's BBC News theme by TV Theme Tune Factory on Amazon Music.
Thank you, Fairy Godmother. Thank you, Julie. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Miss Red Show. Miss Red is back in action. Thank you, everybody, for bearing with me over the last couple of weeks. I do appreciate it, and you know that. We will be opening boxes today and every day. I want to hear what you've got to say. I want to hear the people's opinions, whether I'll be happy with that or not. You are more than welcome to disagree, agree. Everybody is welcome in the boxes. Couple of buttercups. Thank you, Deb. Thank you, darling. Right, how do I get this camera back on now? Oh. Yay, we did it. Thank you, everybody. Alexa off. Nearly got me then, didn't it? Not today, darling. Not today. Morning, Fraser. Please, can I just allow it? Please, can I get a pass this week on the script? You don't want to be in the script. Noted. Cockapoo, leave Fraser out of the script, please, darling, because I know you're not watching, but you're listening. There you go, Fraser. You ask and we shall deliver. Right, Olivia? Alexa off. What is this? You've had a glow up, I haven't. I've just had a wash and brush my hair and teeth. Thank you, Gemini Lass, my darling, for the side-by-sides. Perfect. What was it, guys? What was it? I don't even know what it was. Right, let's get into this FYP anyway. Alexa's always doing me dirty. Right, let's start from here.
You do not owe social media your face. If you're using screen recordings, voiceovers, or choosing to stay anonymous, that is completely
Thank you,
your
everyone.
right. This app is free. And so is having an opinion. There are no rules that say you have to show up in a certain way to be valid on here. But what there is pressure. Pressure to perform. Pressure to reveal more than you're comfortable with. Pressure to fit into what other people expect. And you don't have to follow any of it. You are allowed to run your page exactly how you want to. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to justify your choices. And you definitely don't need to make other people comfortable at the expense of yourself. If you want to stay anonymous, stay anonymous. If you want to speak on things that are already in the public domain, you absolutely can. And if people have an issue with that, maybe it's not you they have a problem with. Maybe it's what it reflects back to them. Not everything
Thank you,
needs
guys.
your face.
Thank you, Lauren.
But everything
Dolly.
deserves
Hello,
your truth.
Dolly.
You do not owe social media your face.
There we go. There is Dolly Mix FYP. Dolly, I can see you in the comment section. Can you please comment again so the moderators can give you a pin? Dolly, I think your videos are quite fair. I think they're quite fair, darling. And I just want to ask people in the comment section, do you agree with what Dolly's got to say? Do you agree with, because I know that, you know, for the longest time, people have said, you know, if you've got an opinion on the app, you know, we should see your face and everything else. Can I have my opinion on this, right? I'll have my opinion. So, and I want you to get in the boxes as well, and I want you to have your opinion on it, okay? So, if you're a screen recorder page and you're putting content out there, real FYP content, and you're having your opinions, right? I think that, and it's not opinions that you're having to be derogatory or to be spiteful or, you know, to cause hate or anything like that. I believe you have a right to remain anonymous. I believe that. You know, but I think and I'm not targeting any FYP page here or anything like that. I'm just saying, but you do get some pages, right? And please don't think I'm picking anybody in particular out. You get some pages that can be quite spiteful, and, you know, they can cause a lot of hate, and I'm not mentioning names here. This is just on a whole that we've seen on TikTok over years and years. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, they'll allow doxing in the screen recordings, or they'll repost videos of people that have been doxed and things like that. So I think it's a hard one, isn't it? I think it's a hard one, because I do believe that you genuine screen recorder pages that are out here, you are supplying content for the FYP. You deserve to remain anonymous, because you are just, Jake, I'm not mentioning any names, because there's good and bad. There's good and bads, okay? So I think for, like I say, genuine content creators, and I do class you as content creators because you're putting the content out there, right? I believe you do deserve to stay, you know, anonymous. But I think when you're participating in doxing, and, you know, you're inciting hate, and you're just a hateful page, people are going to want to know who you are. There's many pages that have targeted me over the years, and I want to know who they are. Not that I'd come on here and ever reveal their identity. I never would. I never would come on here and reveal anybody's identity, but I want to know who you are. You know, you're sitting there and you're having all these opinions about me, and you're putting these hate videos about me, and you're reposting, and you're, you know, happily participating in hate campaigns, and I want to know who you are. I'm sorry. Would I come on here and dox you? I would not do that, but I still want to know who you are, right? Because I'm sat here and I'm having my opinions. You know who I am. There's a face to my name. So when I say something that is disgusting, I say something derogatory, I'm inciting hate, you can put a face to my words. And it's really annoying. I think when you're on the receiving end of hate campaigns and things like that, you want to know who people are. And that's what I've got to say about that. Do you disagree or agree with me, guys? But I think, like I say, for genuine screen recorders and people genuinely putting out content, I think that 100% you have the right to remain anonymous, because you're not going out inciting hate or causing trouble or being spiteful or vindictive. You know, you're just doing your job. And some of you don't even earn from it. You know, you do it because you love doing it, you know. But that is just my opinion on it. That is my opinion, you know. And I've got to be honest, I do think some pages that, you know, say the screen recorders and things like that, I think, you know, they do it because they want the attention, they want to be main character, You know, they must, I think some have been failed live streamers, and then they start up FYP pages and they have all these controversial, you know, opinions and things like that. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, my darling. Do you know what I mean? What do you think, guys? Thank you, Louise. Thank you. Do you want to get in the box and have your say about it? Actually, let me just play this one. Let me play this one first. Where's Pearl's opinion on it? Is it that one? Where is it? I don't think it's that one. Was it in Pearl's live? You'll have to bear with me, guys, because my head's not 100% here at the minute. Anyway, there was a conversation held on TikTok. I think it was Pearl's live where people spoke about it. So let me cancel these boxes because I don't know if you mean to be in the box or not. What is your opinion? Are you a screen recorder page that wants to come in the box and have your opinion on it? Do you disagree with what I've said? How do you feel? Do you kind of like live in fear on this app of being doxxed or people finding your information? Was it in Pearls? I thought it was. Do you want to come in the box and have your opinion on how you feel? Do you, like I say, do you live in fear? Does it keep you up at night? Do you worry? You're more than welcome to get in the box, guys.
Shocked.
I don't know if that's a genuine account, guys. Right, rice. So we've got rice cakes.
Hiya.
Hello.
Hiya, love. I think that some of them should show their face because I've seen it a lot where they've gone for people's looks and whatnot. And a few of them have done it and they've refused to show their face. But if you're going to go for somebody's looks and bully them for their looks, they should also be shown their face so they can be like, well, I bet that, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's better than anybody, but people can't go for looks and expect not to be targeted and spoke about and whatnot and been asked to show their face.
Right, okay. So a couple of the comments are agreeing with you. Kat just said like you have. I don't know the situation.
I show my face, you know?
Yeah, I'd like to say I don't. There, right, okay, let me read the comments. There's lots of creators who don't show their face too. I agree with that. And people go above and beyond to try and find out who the live streamers or creators are. Even people that don't have platforms, they just jump in a box. I mean, and, you know, they're trying to dig their information up too, you know. But thank you for joining the box, Royce.
No worries. Have a nice day. Bye.
Right, we've got one more person in the box, two more people actually. Oh, we've got Delusive Angie. Ange, do you come in peace?
Oh, can you hear me?
Do you come in peace?
I come in peace.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Lies! Yeah. Of course I come in peace, Miss Red.
Okay.
We're besties. What are you talking about? Do you remember the conversation we had?
Okay, what you got to say on this?
Right. So I think, right, what is the difference of a live streamer going live, hiding behind a green screen to an FYP clip? I mean, don't you think an FYP clip should be able to have an opinion? Do you not think a live streamer goes in on people's looks and says the worst and the worst on here? So what is the difference?
Oh, okay. So
the only thing that I don't like is the fact they do cut down and edit videos. I think they should put the whole conversation up there. But however, I just feel that everyone has a right to have an opinion. We have an opinion as a host. So why shouldn't an FYP clip?
Okay, people are saying agreed. Chelsea just said she'd never thought she'd agree with you. Okay. Right, okay.
I'm going to go now. Love you, Miss Red.
Okay, I'm sure you do.
I do love you, Miss Red. Bye.
I was asked the other day why I do it on gingerbread, and for me, my reasons are different. I have Tourette's, which means I have non-verbal tics.
Okay.
So if I'm watching myself on a when I'm on the live stream, and my tics are very prominent facially and emotionally, it sets my Tourette's off more.
Yeah.
So with a gingerbread, I don't see my tics as much as I would with the camera, because you don't see the full movement and everything else. So that's for me. That's why I'm on a gingerbread. People can see my face, but
We know who you are, though, Fraser. Sorry to interrupt. I'm so sorry. We know, we know who you are. People have met you in real life. Your face is known on here. As
Yes.
with, people that come to, we'll talk about Levi, AB, and, a majority have come to us. We have seen a face. So there is a face to a name and, an opinion, So I think that's completely different because we know what you look like.
Yeah. No, I know. It's just a question that gets asked, and if you're talking on that subject, I think sometimes if you're hiding behind something, and you are prominently targeting certain creators, I think that comes across as that you are hiding for a reason. If you're not hiding and you have an opinion, it's same as anyone else. An opinion is valid to you, and it's, you may not agree with it or disagree with it, but it's a big thing. And also the other thing I want to say, when screen recorders record clips, if they're not clipped down, the reason you're there is because it came out of your mouth. And that's the truth about it. We're recorded because it came out of our mouth. Whether it's positive or negative, it's out of our mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, who's agreeing with Fraser, guys? Make sure you're following Fraser as well, please, because he does an FYP show as well, an unbiased FYP show, may I add.
Yeah, I did ask Luke to go dogging with me until I found I couldn't take my dog with me.
Oh, Fraser.
I know.
He's trying to entice you into that behaviour, is he?
I know. I can't believe it. He even asked me to use my own car.
Oh, no.
I feel emotionally distraught by it.
Well,
But
well, each to their own. Each to their own, darling. I'm not sat here judging.
he said you were coming, Donna. He said you were bringing the Chinese.
Don't you drag me into this news, pair. Thank you, guys, for the popular gifts. Don't be dragging me into it, Fraser.
He messaged me it, Donna. I can't believe it. Honestly, I feel like he's gaslit me.
Hello, Alal.
Hello, love.
Hello, darling.
I've been thinking of you and I hope you're okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I just want to say, it's people like Patricia that people go around and try and find out who they are, and Cockapoo. That's when I don't like it. Like people who aren't putting any content out, and even Patricia, she doesn't even say anything, yet they're dying to try and find out who she is. I find that completely wrong. She's private. Cockapoo has a say, but I still don't think they should go around and try and find out who she is. I just think it's wrong. So it's people like us that they shouldn't try and find out who we are.
Just simply for supporting.
Yeah.
So obviously, I agree. I agree where, Patricia and people that, do you know what it is? People go at Patricia and, people that would support a lot in lives, and it's purely to point score or try and take away support. Do you know what I mean? So they haven't necessarily got a problem with Patricia, or, it's the fact that they just want to intimidate and take away support. Do you know what I mean? And it's wrong. It's so wrong, because everybody should be targeted because you decide to send a gift, or you decide to support in comment section, or send a heart me, or get in a box like this and have an opinion, because you're not profiting in any way off the app.
Yeah, so I think that's very wrong. I think it's very wrong. And I think they should be left alone.
I agree. Thank you, Alal.
Okay, see you later.
Hi, darling. Hello, Miss B.
Good morning. Oh, I was trying to stay out of boxes, but because like you and Pearl were saying, you're trying to get people in boxes, I was like, I'm going to have to take part in this.
Yes.
So I thought I'm going to pop up for 2 minutes. But just on what Fraser was saying then, like obviously as someone who was, I used to screen record and upload it, and it is so easy to manipulate a little screen recording that you've got to make someone appear in a bad light But if you did post the full context of what was happening, it probably wouldn't come across that way. And I'm guilty of it myself. Like I've literally done it. Do you know what I mean? And
Can I ask you why you did it? Let's just get the time on the table. Why you did it?
probably because I knew that it would get reactions. It'd not necessarily views, but kind of, oh, this might set the cat among some pigeons.
Just be honest, because we love honesty around here. I know why. I just want to hear you say it. We love you though, at the end of the day you're owning it.
Oh no, I don't know. Go on, tell me.
So I think, and please don't think this is a dig at you because, but I think sometimes it's done to spin a narrative, to somewhat incite a shitstorm.
Exactly that.
Yeah. Exactly
that, because, when I came on Erasmus Bagat, I was a troll, and I wasn't even a bit of a troll. I was a troll. I was just actually talking to Alicia, and we were watching some of my old songs on YouTube, and I was just like, oh my god, oh my god. But I feel like in this climate of how TikTok is now, I don't feel like that'd go down, because back then it was a laugh. It was it was funny, whatever. But now I feel like everything's just so serious with all these words getting thrown around that are the horrible words.
Miss B, someone in the comment section just wrote "Fresh Machine" and that triggered me.
I was just listening to that, but I was just saying then, there was never any hate from my part. In fact, I'm not even going to tell you my conversation because it's embarrassing. But there was never any malicious hate behind it. I just thought I was really funny.
Well, at the time, do you know what? Like, when you're at the receiving end, I've got to be honest. When you're on the receiving end of that, because I'm quite proud of the Nether regions. When you're on the receiving end of that, it isn't very nice. Obviously, if it's something directed at you, but when you kind of the person that's obviously we're in a different place now, right, to where we was.
Yeah.
Hilarious. But at the time, it does hurt feelings. I've got to be honest. So it might have been enough for you lot who disliked us, but
I didn't. That's the thing, though. That's what I was just saying. I didn't even dislike people. I just get these. Someone said it, that thrush machine. Someone said that word in a live, and I was like, "Oh my god, that sounds like Love Machine by Girls Aloud." And then my brain just starts going. And then that happened, and but there was never any nastiness from me. But then I can see now how that can completely look like, there was nastiness. But I just feel like now, imagine if I tried to do that again. I just feel like the whole vibe of how TikTok is, it just wouldn't. I don't know.
Because I think TikTok's evolved in not a good way. We will not be playing Fresh Machine, absolutely. Thank you, darling. Get a pin. It's remember let me just finish that. So TikTok's evolved in such a negative way, so Fresh Machine wouldn't cut it anymore. We hear the songs that certain people play from Canada and other people when they do a song, and they're really bad.
Which might I add, they're all done by AI. I've written all of mine myself.
Yeah, so and you remember the Christmas song for Angie?
Yeah. Even now I'm like, well, no, that was a bit mean. But
at the time, Angie may listen to it now and she may laugh. But at the time, when you're not in a good place with the person, it isn't funny. But at least you've come up and, you're open enough to have this conversation.
Yeah, I'd never be one of those people, who does a bad thing. I'm not talking about anybody in particular here. Definitely nothing that's happened in the last 2 days. I'd never be one of those people who does a bad thing and can't acknowledge it and can't say, well, actually, no, that thing I did, even if I didn't mean it with malicious intent, I can understand now, that could absolutely come across as mean. But
do you know what I think you should do? I think you should heal TikTok and make some more content like that.
I would love to, I was actually thinking last night, do you know what I'd love to, but maybe something not 100% nice, because I don't think that'd be that funny, but
You've got to add your little bit of a rage baiter in there in your controversy. But I think looking back, now we're in a good place. They're hilarious. So I think you should bring some out, but not be, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's it. Like you learn, don't you? Because like if you do things and then you're like, actually, no, that was a bit much. Maybe next time I'll do it a little bit different, because you have to learn, don't you?
Exactly. And it's about learning and growing as a person, and we're here for it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and you look lovely today, and I'm really still sad that you didn't come to boxing, you know.
Oh, I am going to a boxing event though, so.
I'm going to go another one. I don't know which one. Don't know if I fancy a drive up to Scotland. It's quite far away, but we'll see.
Yeah, I won't be going to Scotland. It's too far. But thank you for joining the box, Miss B. I hope you're okay.
I am. I'm good. I'm just having a mad crochet, as always. I'll finish your doll soon. You've still only got half a head of hair, but I will finish it.
Well, I was just happy Susie was completed.
I'll get it finished and I'll send them to you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Because I'm swimming here.
Thank you, my darling. Guys, make sure that you're following Miss B, please.
Yeah, I'm quite nice, you know. I'm not.
She's not that bad. Thank you. Thank you, my darling.
Right, see you later.
Bye. Do you remember that? Do you remember, guys, the Christmas song, Franchi? And the Frush Machine. What else was the guys? There was so much. When you look back, it is funny now, but at the time, it's not. Right, should we move on to the next video? Let's move on to the next video. Right, so, Lily, thank you, my darling Claire. Thank you, guys. Pick up everybody. Thank you so much. Right, I'm not going to get any more people in the boxes about this situation because we've got so much to talk about, but you will get a chance to. I've just invited Cockapoo and I didn't mean to. Cockapoo, it's okay. Lily, Regina, thank you so much. Thank you. Popular number 4. I know I ain't even begged a lot today either. Check me out. Woohoo! And can I just say I did that first, by the way. Woohoo! Yes, it's my Tigger impression. Thank you. Because I got told, I heard that I rip people off that do it. No, I've been doing it for over a year. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lauren. Can you clarify that, guys? That I have done the woohoo for the longest time. Thank you, Regina. Thank you, Daniel. Right, let's get on to this.
Narrative.
Oh, let's pause it. Let's pause it. Thank you, guys. Thank you for just confirming that. Yes. Jackie S going in on Misread again. Surprise, surprise.
On this app, you've made yourself out to be the moral compass.
Thank you,
people
guys.
Are now seeing through your... Oh, cake lady, you're good. Exactly, Blazer. Oh, she's having a good cry because screen recorders. Lorraine, good choice.
Moral compass. Thank you, Brad.
Okay.
Thank you, Claire.
Problem is with Miss Red is that she is your classic hypocrite.
I agree.
Okay, so she makes herself out to be the social, the moral compass of what this app is.
No, I don't.
What is okay and what is not okay.
No, I don't sit here and pretend to be any better than anybody else. I just sit here and have my opinions like you do. It's not my fault. Thank you, Dashhound, if people put me on that pedestal or people think that I think I've got all these morals because thank you, Brad. Thank you, darling. You know my digital footprint. So how can I sit here thinking that I've got more morals than anybody else or I put myself on this pedestal? I don't sit here and say that I'm the best thing on sliced bread on this app. I sit here and I hold myself accountable and I talk about all the time the things that I've done wrong on this app. So therefore, I cannot be moral police, right? So I don't think that, TikTok's knows to be actress, thank you, my darling, get a pin. So I don't think that. If other people think that of me, that's a them problem, not a me problem. So you're wrong there, Jackie. However, you was right about me being a hypocrite. I'll give you that one.
But more and more, her hypocrisy is being seen. Now, but the thing is,
Thank
Blue,
you,
is that she
Dasha.
has her screen recorders. Okay? She has her screen recorders, the people's who...
I would like to clarify here, hand on heart, I do not have any screen recorders. Right, so there's 2.7k people watching me now. We've got many screen recorders in the room. Thank you, Dawn. Can anybody help me? Can anybody show a message? Can anybody like jump in the box and dig me out for having you in my back pocket? Do I tell anybody what to post? Do I direct you in any way? Do I message you and say, can you post this? I do not have. Exactly, Alicia. Thank you, Sarah. I do not have one screen recorder page in my pocket. Do you know what I say to the screen recorders? Even the screen recorders that love me. If I mess up on this app, please make sure that you get me too. I do not. I do what I want, and that's the way you should be. Jeepers Creepers, all screen recorder pages. But again, the reason I'm playing this is because I just want to, correct. I do not have any screen recorders in my back pocket. None whatsoever.
Liz, it's worse. Stick with me. You're going to have to see a doctor, okay? But her hypocrisy, she has her screen recorders, and they've been given a job to go out. Thank you, Kiki, for the follow. They have been given a job, which is to go out and to find the content.
Nope.
However, her other screen recorders, who have pulled her up.
Thank you, Baz. Thank you for
with Alpha Bar. Are my name already taken? And who the fuck are you?
I've got them all of them. They all work for me, the whole lot. No, you don't, MT, thank God.
Thank you, Amy. Yeah, it's about time. She's done this for far too long. She's done this for far too long, manipulated and controlled. It all comes out every now and then about their private little phone call. Hi, Pink Menace, how you doing, love?
Far too long.
But it all comes out about these private phone calls that they have between each other.
Private phone calls, guys.
They're not live.
Private phone calls.
I'm good, thank you, Pink Menace. And they're doing these things, getting the scripts ready, getting the news together.
Yep.
Send it to me, Blue, I'll cover it tomorrow. And the thing is that it's catching up with Miss Red now.
Mm-hmm.
I think that 2026 is watching the end of certain people on this app that have taken over. We're seeing the end of CLA, we're seeing the end of Orion, and I think we're seeing the end of Miss Red. Because enough's enough now. Do you know something, Louise? I'll be serious with you now. Obviously, everybody knows I don't like Miss Red.
What you think?
But whenever, with regards to Luke, he seems to have been okay. But what I don't like with regards to the majority of these big hitters is the doxing, it's the threats.
Oh.
Right? It's the doxing and the threats and the name calling. Does my head in.
Oh. I think
he
so,
seems to be okay, Kiki. I don't know. Yeah, Hayley. But what about me? Should I be demanding gifts, Hayley? I deserve gifts.
Guys, can I just say, my time is coming to an end, and I just want all of you, the 2,500 people in here watching my live this morning, to once this platform is done, which I think it is, done. Go and support Jackie, guys. Yes, go and support Jackie, all of you, please. Yeah, because she speaks the truth. Everything she says is facts. Thank you, Maria, darling. Yeah, I'm a serial doxer. I'm a serial secret phone caller, secret script writer. Yeah, so when my day is done, which, you know, it's almost done, please go over and support Jackie because she's just so full of the truth. There we go. There you go, Jackie.
So Pink Menace Luke has been vile to you, Pink Menace. I am very grateful for every gift.
Yeah, Luke's absolutely vile about the Pink Menace. Yeah, absolutely vile. Absolutely vile is Luke about the Pink Menace. Bearing in mind that that one does not lives and come to and, you know, post edited pictures of me and my birthday. Yeah, we target her, specifically Luke, all the time. Does absolutely nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong, that one. Oh, please. Thank you, Dolly Mix FYP. Now, here we go again. Hating on another woman, guys. Jackie, I'm not being funny, but you are coming across as a little bit of a woman hater. Yeah, this is multiple times now that you've gone for me. You did a post on your page saying, thank you, Tracy, that I sent Rickster into your live, which is complete fabrication. I never sent Rickster into your live, and you've been told, well, you was told that it wasn't true and everything else, but you've still kept the video up because you got 150 likes on it. Right, so you are still holding on to that video because you don't want to lose the likes. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Al. Thank you, everybody. Here she is talking about her now.
Do you think...
Savage Cowboy, thank you. You should have saved that for Jackie, though, Savage Cowboy, because I'm done on the app. Thank you, Savage Cowboy. I love you, darling. Yeah, next time save it for Jackie, please. I think that's Jackie's real problem with me. Thank you, Tracy, because I do have a somewhat successful FYP show when, you know, I'm in the right frame of mind or I'm on. I think that's Jackie's real problem, guys. But, you know, Jackie, just carry on doing what you're doing and I'm sure, you know, you can be where I am one day. Yes.
That, with regard to the hair, and I'm not just talking about her size,
I know, Bella.
I'm not just talking about the way it looks, but her brain isn't right.
Oh, really, Jackie?
Is it like people go into a circus and go in to see the freak show?
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. There's 105 people watching you, darling. So have people come to see the circus and the freak show there? Because like I say, there's 105 people watching you. Thank you, Claire. Now, I know there's some people that's not a fan of the Antoinette one. Personally, myself, I like her because I think she's an ultimate Karen. Thank you, Claire. But I don't mind Annette. I don't mind Annette. I just think she's a massive Karen. But, you know, I like her. But there's certain people on this app, that are okay to be targeted continuously over and over again. And I think what this Jackie does is she selects the people that are targeted over and over again, the people that when you do target them, it brings you views. Do you know what I mean? Thank you, Gossip Queen. Thank you, darling. And that's what I'll say about this one, that Jackie's just playing with woman hater. She says that she supports women and she loves women. Well, I'm sorry. I'm seeing you continuously dig women out, especially a woman that has done absolutely nothing to you. Two women, actually, because I haven't done anything to you. Fair enough, have your opinions on me. Thank you, Dawn, but please make sure that they're factual. She is harmless, you know, Annette is harmless, and I know that, hello, darling, I know, like I say, people have got their opinions, but I don't think she's the worst person on the app, you know, she's just a Karen. And that's facts. But thank you anyway, Jackie. Thank you very much. Right, where are we going next, guys? Let's have a little look. Right, I'm not going to play that one. We'll get back to that one in a minute. I'll tell you what. Let's talk about let's talk about Canadian Angie. Thank you, Stormy Rain. Thank you, Julie. And what was said on Luke the Judge. All right, guys. Now, some of this is going to be a little bit hard to hear. Nevertheless, you have heard it over the last couple of days. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Top Girl. Yeah, so I know this happened a couple of days ago, but if it was me that it was said about, Luke would have covered it like he does cover a majority of stuff that is said on me. And I will always have his back. Always have that man's back. And I think what was said about Luke the other day was absolutely disgusting, and I'm going to talk about it now. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you, darling. Oh, he sent that Neuro Spicy. Thank you for the butterfly wings. Get a pin, my darling. Thank you. Right, where are we?
This, you did that. Is this Jason? It's Jason. What a surprise. You hit it by accident.
Thank you,
Hello,
Steph.
Jason.
Steph, sorry.
Hello. Hi, how are you?
Janine, thank
Hi,
you.
I just want to say, I am a boss, and I do not take that word offensive anyway.
So, Jason, okay, darling. Obviously, we know this Jason's a wrong gun by what they're saying and what they've said. Thank you, Stormy Rain. So, Jason, you say that you are one of them, right? Now, from being that community, you shouldn't like that word being said either, okay? You should push your hate for somebody aside, and you should kind of like defend someone that is from the community or whatever. Thank you, Frangelico. Thank you, my darling. Thank you, Frangelico. Love you. This guy, just because he doesn't get offended by that word doesn't mean that Luke doesn't, because we've all heard Luke's story on why that word offends him. And I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to, talk about it, because that's for Luke to talk about on why he gets triggered, and he has talked about it on multiple of occasions. So just because it doesn't offend you, Jason, it doesn't mean that it doesn't offend Luke. And it should offend you. It should offend you being from that community. I'm sorry. Is there anybody from the LGBT community that does get offended by that word? I love you too, JD. Thank you. Anybody? Because it should offend you if you're from the community. Because still in this day and age, GAY men, when they're walking down the street and they're holding hands, still get judged, still get called slurs. The same from anybody that's within the community. They've had, you've had such a fight on your hands and you're still fighting. Jason doesn't speak for the community.
Shape or fucking soul.
There you go. But I guess it's considered an offensive.
Thank you, darling.
That really does take an offence, because he couldn't get a man or a woman or a fucking pig or a Donna to shag him. Because he's a fantastic fucker. Oh no! So, Jason, you're just as bad as your son. Even his own uncle wouldn't even touch him, and he was an ounce. So there we go. Goodbye, Jason. Goodbye, love. Bye. Oh my God.
That was disgusting. Anything you were wrong in.
Jason.
You missed it. Here we go.
Didn't I? To shag him. Because he's a fantastic fucker. Oh no! So, Jason, you're just as bad as your son. Even his own uncle wouldn't even touch him, and he was an ounce. So there we go. Goodbye, Jason. Goodbye, love. Bye.
Yeah, she did hear him.
God.
That was disgusting. Anything you were
She did hear him. She knew exactly what he was saying. She knew exactly who this guy was, because the guy was playing songs as well. I've got the songs that was being played. She knew what this Jason was all about. Now, I'm sorry. If I knew that somebody was capable of putting them kind of songs out there, I wouldn't let that person in my box. Thank you, Maria, because I would be scared, or I would know that they would come in a box and say something controversial. You know what was said, and you liked what was said. That's why you was laughing, because if you had a problem with what was said, you would have gone mad. You would have gone mad. I mean, you did drop him, but you would have said, I'm so sorry for what just come out of Jason's mouth, and you would have blocked him from your live. But you absolutely loved that he said that. You loved it. You found it funny, and when you ended your live, you're probably laying in bed, smoking your cigarettes, still laughing at what Jason said. Thank you, Jada Marie. Thank you. Ricochet dropped him. Yeah. Well, I would say big up Ricochet, but he's not going to get a big up from me because he still continuously speaks about my granddaughter on her fucking hate live. Do you know what I mean? But I'll be the bigger person here and say, well done, Ricochet, for actually, you know, showing some morals, because what was said was absolutely disgusting. And you love that, Canadian Angie. You absolutely loved that was said, and you knew, hello, darling, what that Jason was about. You did hear it. You did hear it and you loved it. And it just goes to show what a sicko you are. I know you and Luke don't get on, you and Luke don't like each other, but that is just bottom of the barrel. She thrives off hate, absolutely thrives off it. Thank you, Michelle. Thrives off it, especially if it's hate for me, Luke, Angie, Pearl, EQ. Thrives off it, because all her lives are hate lives on all of us. And if we was no longer on the app, she'd have no content. She'd just have to continuously keep on dragging up old videos. The comments were laughing, and I did see that Leslie Hen wrote in the comment section, the comments were coming through after. No, the comments were still coming through. Sorry, the comments were wrote, and then, you know, they were delayed. No, people were still laughing about it. Stop making excuses. What should have happened is that Jason should have got dragged for what he said, and she should have apologised. She should have said, I'm so sorry that was said about Luke. I don't stand by that. But it's only because Ricochet called it out. And that guy, that beast of a guy, still remained in the live for 20 minutes. Thank you, Susie Bear. Still remained in the live for 20 minutes. And you didn't want him blocked from the live. You only did it to save face, and that's the truth. That is the truth. You blocked him to save face.
Jason. I think that did go a little bit too far.
A little bit too far.
Way too far.
She knew. Do you believe, guys, there's 2,500 people in the room, do you believe Canadian Angie absolutely loved that Jason had said that? Right, where's my fucking polls? I want to hear what you've got to say now. Happy face, yes she did. Sad face, no she didn't. Where's my poll? Where is it? Happy face, she did. She did. She enjoyed what Jason said. Sad face, she didn't. Jimmy, you're a liar. Jimmy, you're getting blocked. Jimmy, you're blocked from this room. I don't want your opinion here, Jimmy. You can fuck off. Go back to Canada, wait until 11 o'clock and go and hate over there. Your opinion's not welcome here. At all. Because it's not an opinion, it's biasness. And man with the beard as well, you're a hate page. Yep. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Kay.
I think that did go a little bit too far.
Where was I laughing? Where was I laughing?
Where was she laughing?
I don't even know exactly what he said. To be something about the uncle or something.
Thank
Where
you,
was I
Kay.
laughing when he said it?
Oh no, she was Miss B.
I didn't even understand what he said till after he said it.
Oh.
So I think Gogglebox needs to post that.
Yeah, she didn't hear it, but she said it's too far.
No, I think it took a little while to catch, but Ben, you heard what he said. Like, you caught on to what he said. So, again, you can play it again. I wasn't laughing. I actually had a gasp there. But
Thank you,
let
Bethany.
them spin their narrative. I'm not talking about this anymore. I'm not responsible for what he said. Don't agree with it. Ricochet dropped him. I'd assumed he had been blocked in the chat. And that's the end of it. Nobody was laughing.
He
Nobody
was laughing.
bigging him up. So to sit there and say she doesn't stand for women, she doesn't stand for this, no, you're just trying to find something to poke at. I mean, you got nothing. You got absolutely nothing.
Oh, yeah, we got
Jason.
Jason in your box saying that.
With it.
And prior to Jason jumping in the box saying that, Jason was playing 6 songs about Luke. Thank you, Amanda. She is the definition of denialism. She really, really is. She's the definition of whatever that word was. I can't believe I just pronounced it anyway. The songs were bad enough. All she does is gaslights the audience. All she does. All it is a clickbait live. And that's the truth. Thank you, Kay. Because going against the click, and there isn't a click, but going against, me, Luke, Pearl, EQ, Angie, Angie's, no way affiliated, but it brings you views. It brings you money. It's a paycheck. If she sat there and talk about, I tell you what, I challenge Canadian Angie. Canadian Angie, I challenge you to not play me, Luke, Pearl, Delusive Angie or EQ on your show for 3 days. Thank you, chicken lover. Thank you, my darling. 3 days. Go and find other content on the FYP, right? And go and play them. I won't copyright anybody. There is other things that will be put into place, 100%. Thank you, Peggy, but I don't copyright anybody. 100% not. I'm not about it. Never have been. That's why I never got the copyright out in the first place. Do you know what I mean? How can I copyright people when I'm using people's content off the FYP, or if I can to somebody? She would have no show. There wouldn't be 1.8k people in there watching. My Wi-Fi's going. Are we back, guys? If let's just say we had a week off, the people that she talks about night in, night out, we had a week off, she'd be bringing up old content, old videos to play. Simon, get off the Wi-Fi! Because we are her content. And I'm only speaking about her now because of what was done to Luke. And I just, I just want to talk about a comment that I've seen a little bit further up. You did the same, then don't use her for content, same as Luke. We'll talk on her later again. Emma, go and check Luke's page out. I don't know if you follow him, and go and look at how much she speaks about Luke. Every night, they're speaking about me. I rarely talk about Canadian Angie, very, very rarely. I'll give her a couple of minutes here and there. Obviously, I'm dedicating a little bit more time now because of what's happened to Luke. Very rarely do I speak about her. We are her whole show. My granddaughter gets mentioned every night by fucking Ricochet. Again, a 6-year-old little girl being used for content. Every night, over and over and over again. And I've asked people to stop it. We are her content, and her content is holding hate lives. Thank you, Dolly Mix, darling. And people have the cheek to say, I hold hate lives. I don't hold hate lives at all. What she does is pure hate lives. There ain't no hate lives here. I'm just sat here spitting facts and speaking the truth on this situation. Thank you, Gossip Queen, darling. Thank you.
Wasn't laughing. Didn't say a fucking word about it.
Was Canadian Angie laughing, guys? Happy face, she was laughing. Sad face, she wasn't. Positivity is the way forward. I agree. Guys, there's 2.6k people. Kabuti, Nana, thank you for your popular gifts. Everybody get voting on the poll. Was Canadian Angie laughing, and did Canadian Angie love that situation? Speak the truth, guys, or forever hold your peace. And if you want to get in the box and have your opinion on this situation, whether you're for Canadian Angie, whether you're against, thank you, Shorty. Let's hit the poll, guys. If you can't afford to gift, can't afford to send a heart me, make sure that you're contributing towards the live, please. It's free to vote. Thank you, Miss Sammy. Morning, Susie. Morning, darling. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Rebecca. Does anybody want to join the box and talk about this? What? Thank you, Jackie, my darling, for the flowers. Thank you, Jackie. Oh, guys, TJ has sent you 1,000 coins. Yeah, thank you all that's voted. TJ, will you get a pin, please? At least she's got a content for tonight. Exactly that, Alicia, exactly that. And I could choose to sit here and say nothing so she hasn't got content on me, but I am going to stand up for Luke. Because what was said about him was wrong and what was done to him was wrong. It was fucking wrong. So I will give her 4 hours content and she'll talk about it for days and days and days and days. Thank you, Fairy Godmother. But don't think that we ain't, got things in action. Do not think we've not got things in action because you ain't untouchable in Canada, darling. There's still laws. There's still laws on what you sit and do every night. Thank you, Susie. Just because you're in Canada doesn't mean you're untouchable. There you go, you see. Anyway, let's get... Where are you, TJ? TJ, comment, guys, if you got a coin of our TJ one who has a fantastic morning show, we know this. Make sure that you're giving him a pin and say thank you, please, and give our TJ a cheeky little follow. We love TJ around here. We do. Right, let me get Dolly in the box. And anybody else that wants to join, thank you, TJ. I love you. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam, for the popular gifts. Hello, Dolly.
Hello, is this woman off her rocker?
Yes.
Like, she's just literally gaslit 1.8k and they're all sat there going, oh yes, Canadian. Literally, she was like, Jason. She's laughing.
Yeah.
And if you're rewatching this, Canadian Angie, we heard you laugh. Stop gaslighting people.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I think that Ricochet said something.
Ricochet. Go on.
The only reason I think he said what he said was to save face because he knew that people would say something. That's why he says, oh, that was bang out of order because she was laughing. Then he said that and then she went, oh, yes, no, that's not right. That's not right.
Do you think so?
Yeah, of course I do.
Do you agree with Dolly, guys? Do you believe Ricochet only said that to save face? I never even thought about it like that, I genuinely thought he was coming from a good place, but now you've put that in my head.
No.
Now you've put that in my head.
He said it because he knew that everybody would go wild on it.
Mm. There you go. And look at this. Everyone's agreeing with you. Yes, Nanny McPhee said no.
Look at the things that Jason has sang that Ricochet has listened to and laughed about. And now all of a sudden that word has become offensive. And what he said become offensive? Come on.
There you go. You see, is there anyone that disagrees with Dolly in the box? Emma?
He did actually say it in the live. He said it won't come back on Jason, it would come back on you.
Exactly, there you go. And I didn't watch the live.
Yeah, I was in and that's what he said. He said I mean, obviously, he probably did say it because it was out of order, it was disgusting, but he did turn around and say it won't come back on Jason, it will come back on you.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why, I'll say, oh, that's so bad, he shouldn't have said that. Because they were both giggling at him. They were both laughing.
I'll jump down now, but yeah, I was in live, that's what was said.
Emma, can I ask you a question, Ems, right? So, CA claimed, somebody in the comments section claimed that the laughing faces were sent before the comment about Luke was made. Do you, because you was in that live,
I think, obviously, there is delays when you put comments in, isn't there?
Yeah.
So it could have been that they were laughing at the beginning from what he said. And then when he said that, everybody was like, no, that's disgusting. And as soon as that was said, that's what she said. And Ricochet straight away was like, no.
See, myself personally, the laughing faces were still coming through, but people were still laughing after. Some of the comment section was still laughing after it was said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard, but like I said, there's no need for that. But Ricochet was right in what he said with because I know she did tell the mods to block him straight away, and it was like 20 minutes after, and people were saying he was still in the live.
So she did say to block Jason.
Yeah, she did tell the mods to block him.
Right. Okay. As soon as that happened, she said mods block.
Yeah, and then somebody put in a comment saying he's not been blocked because he was on the viewers list, and then somebody blocked that person, and then he were blocked.
Not 20 minutes after, he was gifting after what he said.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard the context of these songs. Obviously, you was in the live. Were the context of these songs horrendous?
Yeah, they were very, they're not for me anyway, not acceptable. Bit, I don't know how to say the word, bit gross.
Right, okay. So if Jason is putting these kind of songs out there for Canadian Angie to play, would that be somebody that you want in your box, knowing that these are the songs that they're creating and they potentially could go a little bit, in Canadian Angie's words, a little bit too far in a box?
No, it's the first time I went into the live, and then she played the songs and everybody were laughing, and then she started with a live then, but it wasn't for me, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, Em.
And how many creators have opened their boxes just like you do, Miss Red, and you get some random person come in and said something horrible, and you all go whoa, 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 and you kind of shout over what the person's trying to say so that your mods can then remove them from the box and then block them. She didn't do that. She let him carry on.
For me personally, Dolly, what I would have done, I would have pushed aside any hate that I had for Luke, and I would have apologised. I would have said, Luke, I'm sorry, I don't agree with what was just said, but there was no accountability, no apology, no nothing. Can I think?
She sat there going, I didn't laugh. We all heard you.
So Dolly, 1 minute.
Sorry, Bob.
Right, if that was said, and Canadian Angie would have said, Luke, I don't agree with that, I'm sorry that was said, I think Luke, he would have appreciated that, because it shows genuine sorry, doesn't it? It shows, look, I don't agree with that. Not go, Jason. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Go on, guys, carry on.
I'm going to say one thing with regards to the songs. Everyone says, and I agree with this, that when someone gets up in the box, you don't know what they're going to say. Same as the comments. As a host, if you're hosting a room, you deal with the situation once it's happened. However, if someone is sending you the songs and however they get them, right, and then you play them, it's your responsibility as the host to listen to those songs beforehand to decide whether they would be deemed vile. Okay. So the whole pure thing about it as well is if you've listened to those songs and you know there's a possibility that something vile is going to come out of that person's mouth in the box. So the accountability with the songs falls on the host. The accountability doesn't fall on the person that said that when they're in the box. However, as a host, your job is to protect your audience and apologise to them and move on.
Yeah,
And
I
it's not
agree.
just one song. We're saying songs. So she's played more than one.
100%. She's played them for every night. She makes a big thing about it. She plays them nearly every night. So if that was the case, and if I'll tell you now, if Donna or Luke or myself or anyone had played songs about those other people, you would have been berated, not just for that, but for your own being your own person, your size, your hair, your look, and everything.
Yeah. And this is the mad thing, isn't it? It's like I say, I don't hear the songs. I've got one here to play, but like I say, I don't hear, you know, what happens on there, because I just find, to be honest, I don't watch a lot anything on the FYP because I just find just so boring and jarring. But absolutely, I wouldn't have songs continuously played like that on the app. I wouldn't do that. I couldn't. And she's doing it for one reason, and that is to maximise hate and, you know, bullying. I'm sorry, she's bullying. She is a bully.
And
the
can I say one more thing?
Bully.
Donna, can I say one more thing? Because she's tried to say this narrative, okay? Now, I called out calling EQ a pickle fiddler, right, as transphobic, right? They then went on and stated that calling someone a pickle fiddler is not transphobic. However, they didn't actually write it in the context, because if you say it to a transgender woman, it is transphobic.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I've put it all on my page. I've put the screenshot on there. So regardless whether it, like I said, it's all about what's right and what's wrong, right? So if you put it in the right context of what they're saying to EQ, it is transphobic. Okay, and I'll just say that point. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, darling. Is there anybody else that wants to have their opinion on this? You know, you don't have to agree with what you're saying. You can be for Canadian and if you want, it's fine. Anybody? Hello, Louise. Hello, Beverly. Do you know you're in the box, ladies?
Oh, sorry. No, I don't.
Okay, I'll drop you. Let me give you a follow back. Sorry.
No, I don't.
Beverly, do you know you're in the box, darling?
No, I'm hanging washing out. Sorry.
Okay, I'll give you a follow back. Have a lovely day. I hope your washing dries. Right, is there anybody else in the box?
You could drop me Miss Red.
Thank you, Dolly, my darling, for joining.
No worries, my angel.
Beck, do you know you're in the box? Beck doesn't know she's in the box, guys. Beck, I'll give you a follow back and have a lovely day. Right, guys, let's carry on with the rest of this video. I know they're hanging out washing and everything. I don't know if Carla knows she's in the box. It was a reach by Fraser. Well, you know, at the end of the day, Fraser's done his fact checking, you know. Do you know what I mean? So leave Fraser alone. We love Fraser around here. Right, let me get this back on and we'll play the rest of this video. Justice for Fraser.
So, you can take your story, go take it to your little bastard bully fucking table, and go
the mouth
call
on
them
this
all out
woman.
on their shit. I stand for a hell of a lot more on this app than fucking any of you do.
Yeah, of course you do.
Fiddler, and that's all there
Yeah, of
needs to
course
be
you do.
said.
You stand for so much on this app, Canadian Angie. You're just a pillar. You're just a pillar of the TikTok community, darling. You stand on so much. You stand on business. Oh, yes. You are. Do you know what? Canadian Angie is the moral compass on this app. Moral compass. The woman stands for so much. Bearing in mind, the worst of the worst is always said in her boxes. The worst of the worst is always said in her boxes, right? But you stand on so much. You don't exactly that. She stands on jack shit. Nothing.
Said it. I don't agree with it. Ricochet dropped him. If Ricochet had a big oh wow moment, not my problem. If he was that, I don't even know what Ricochet said. What did you say? I don't even remember.
Stands on nouns.
It was disgusting. But then I think he went on to say you were really upset over what he said. Everybody was upset. Thank you, Michelle. Love you too.
You mean on cock phone and just
But again, when you let people in your box, you take a chance. You don't know what they're going to say or what they're going to
That's
show. Or what they're
true.
going to
That's
do.
true.
There's guys that whip their things up.
Yes, that is true. We'll give it that. When you let people in your boxes, you do not know what people are going to say. You have no idea, right? And I have said people shouldn't be held accountable for what's said, you know, in boxes or comes out of people's mouths, but it's the way that you approach it afterwards, guys. You know, you drop the person, you apologise to the person it was said about, whether you dislike the person or not, especially something that horrendous. That was fucking horrendous. That would have got an apology from me if that was said in my box. I would have said, look, I'm sorry, I don't agree with what was just said. You should have apologised to Luke, but you just ain't got it in you to do, because you ain't sorry. You fucking loved it. You loved that Jason come in the box and said that. You fucking loved it. You're a sicko.
On people's lives. But to sit there and say she's got no morals because she fuck off, cockapoo.
No, you fuck
You're the
off.
one going around looking for people's information.
Yeah, because you
You're
don't.
the one trying to talk your little fucking toxic dad out of the shit that...
Because you don't go around looking for people's information, do you, Canada? No. Was you the one that brought my husband's ex-wife's name to the app? Where the fuck did you get that information from? What's my husband's ex-wife done to anybody on this app? You sat there and you said my husband's ex-wife's name. What the fuck has that got to do with you? Because what you're doing is you're digging on people, and you have dug on people, and you have doxed. It's fucking strange behaviour. It is. Talking about my husband's ex-wife. Messages to Levi asking for Kyle's address. Anything else that she's done, guys? Anything else? And, you know, fucking Simon's ex-wife's fucking innocent in my behaviour on TikTok. Alicia's grandparents. Is there anything else? Angie's sister. Birth records. Oh, yeah, she said that about Tilly's school, didn't she? Oh, everybody looked for Cockapoo for months. Everybody looked for Cockapoo for months. Schools. Yep. Who's normal dude?
Hello.
Hello, are you vacuuming?
Huh?
Are you vacuuming?
Vacuuming? No.
Have you got an opinion on this situation, darling?
No.
Oh. Okay, goodbye. Oh. Age. They've dropped anyway, ain't they? I don't know who it was. They didn't have a situation, a comment to have on this situation. I think they're just in the views and wanted to, you know, jump in the box and, you know, get a bit of clout. Yeah, she was just saying hi. We don't mind that. Thank you, everybody. Guys, can we have a popular push, please? Thank you, if you don't mind, because I do deserve to be popular #1 today, guys, because we're having a fantastic show this morning, getting everybody in the boxes and having our opinions around here. Clout chaser, basically, Mikey, that's right. Anyway, let's carry on with what this one's got to say. The moral compass of the app. Thank you for the popular gifts, guys.
They said when he was saying shit, you never popped in anyone's box to have an opinion that women shouldn't be talked to like that. So you can, all three of you can fuck off.
Oh, delightful.
All four of you actually can fuck off.
Oh, all four of us.
Sarah, yeah,
thank you,
listen,
guys.
Again, whenever you let anyone in your box, you don't know what they're going to say. Did I expect him to say that? Of course not.
Yes, you did. You listen, yes, you did. Probably not the words that he used, but you knew he was going to come in and say something gaffed up, because he was already saying something gaffed up about Luke can't get this, Luke can't get that. Yes, you did. You knew what the man was about because of the songs that he was playing. Yes, you did. You probably didn't realise he'd go to the extent that he did, but you knew he was capable of doing it, you fucking Canadian lying big-eared bitch. Thank you for the popular push, guys.
Just dropped. What were they expecting? Do you want me to go to his house? Like, I don't know what you want me to do. And that's that. You're responsible for your platform
Thank you,
100%. He was dropped out of the box. That's it. But when these 4 losers are sitting there trying to pick and prod and turn it into something it's not, no, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. And I'm not talking on it anymore. Everybody that was in here saw what happened.
Well, I'm going to speak on it some more because I ain't finished yet. I might dedicate a whole show to you this morning. Okay? So you may be done with the conversation, but we ain't done with the conversation because if it happened in one of our boxes and it was said about you, it'd be going on for a whole fucking week, wouldn't it? Yes, it'd be going on for a whole fucking week. So we're going to talk about it all day today. Yes, it's a whole show dedicated to Canadian Angie and that prick sat next to her. Yes, and I believe that, Ricochet. I believe you didn't care what was said. You was just worried about how bad it would look on Canadian Angie in the room, you little bitch.
Wasn't expect.
Now let's play one of these songs that Canadian Angie likes to be played on a show. I haven't heard this song yet, but we're going to fucking listen to it. Where is it? Have I even got it? Oh yeah, Delusive Angie played it.
For Jeffrey from Jason. Wow. All right, this is for Jeffrey from Jason.
She's a bully.
Keep friends with him because he's sending.
We're gonna flip it and reverse it. We ain't the fucking bastard bully groups. You're the fucking bullies. You're the fucking bullies. Am I sat here playing songs about you? Which I could do. I could sit here and play songs about you. So could Luke. So could Pearl. So could other people. If we did that, if we sat here playing songs about you, right, we would be called bullies. You're a fucking used pair of bullies. You're fucking bullies. You are the bastard bullies, not us. You are bastard bullies, you are.
These AOIs on a 13 plus app, guys. 13 plus app. Do you think that's acceptable on a 13 plus app? It's disgusting.
Yeah, sat there like a couple of weirdos laughing.
Did you hear the song she had for me the day before?
Oh, she played songs about Angie as well. See, I haven't heard these.
Yeah, it's very bloody strange behaviour because she's vile. Can you imagine?
She's a bully. She's a bully.
Sitting behind a green screen, laughing at these disgusting, crude songs on a 13 plus app. Jason that said about Luke's uncle.
Thank you, Anne. It is strange behaviour. Guys, who thinks this is strange behaviour? Happy face, it's strange behaviour. Sad face, no it isn't.
Listen, I'm not going to tell you who to watch and who not to watch, but if you want to watch this, go watch her. Why give her that wrong in any views? Thank you, Karen. Yeah.
Get voting, guys, on the poll, please.
She said about Luke's uncle, but she didn't want to say anything about it. Because she can't stand Luke. She sat there and laughed about it. She heard every word that was said. Okay? Every single word. I used to watch her, don't. She's very weird lately. Yeah? She's toxic. I had Minx come into my life the other day and said, I tried to warn you years ago about her. I didn't understand because so many people, I think about 2-3 years ago, were telling me about CA. Be careful, CA, she's toxic. You know, don't associate with her. And I didn't see what other people were seeing. And I've only recently see what people were talking about 2-3 years ago. Yeah, I see it.
Guys, there's 9 seconds left. Get voting. Thank you for the 10 CA supporters for the vote on the poll. It's pushing me up the popular. Thank you.
Where she is. Do you know what I mean? Where she is. And she gets away with saying what she wants to say because she's not in Canada. No.
Thank you, Claire. Oh, what does this one want? Are you coming in peace?
There's also another video. Miss Fred, stop looking like that. We're besties now. But there's another video, and I don't know if anyone has it, but it was quite shocking what she said last night. She wished Luke to have a stroke and die and drop dead. Yep, yep. And we were quite shocked about it. I don't know where the video is. If anyone's got it, send it to us, guys. Yep. It's disgusting. Then she talks about other people as to what they said. You know what I mean?
That's disgusting. Remember when Luke got called out a couple of weeks ago? What did he say to somebody? I don't know. He replied to a troll about jumping. Do you remember the hate that he got for saying, telling somebody to, was it jump off a bridge or something? And this one in Canada, she hasn't only said it about Luke, right? She's all, when Pearl was going in for an eye operation, she said something about Pearl as well. And when Pearl was going for a skydive, she wished the worst on Pearl then. Like, how is this woman, like, continuously sat there saying all these things and nobody's talking about it?
Yeah. Can I just say, because she keeps running with this, about this cancer, right? Now, the cult have all seen it, right, and have agreed. Now, whether you think it's right or wrong, but however, when I said about the cancer, I was talking about health anxiety, and I said I diagnosed myself on Google. How many times have you guys diagnosed yourself on Google where you've gone in and looked at, say, you put in headache and it's come up with brain tumor, and all of a sudden you think you got brain tumor? That's what I was saying. But what they did is they clipped that video down, so they didn't actually put that I diagnosed myself on Google. Honestly, yeah, I saw the cult. Exactly, Jada Marie, true. That's exactly what I said. So
thank you, Anne. See, I've already had my opinion on that. I had my opinion on that a while back, but is she still going on about that?
She's still going on about it. This is the thing. She's always playing. She keeps playing old videos. How is she talking about what I said? Whether you think it's right or wrong, how is she talking about that when she's just wished someone to have a stroke and die?
Yeah, that's terrible. That is. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but that is sick. We, like, literally sat there wishing that on Luke. And Luke, do you know if Luke sat and did that to her, that literally the whole app, there'd be outrage. If I did it, if Luke did it, there'd be, thank you, Anne, my darling, there'd be all this outrage. Like, and she just sits there and she says all that repeatedly night after night and nothing.
Yeah. People are saying what I've said about wishing stuff on people in the comments. There's people that are wishing things on me. This is what you're not looking at, though. You're just going by what I'm saying. You know, every action is a reaction. I don't agree with a lot of the things, some of the things I've said, but let's not stop.
Well, you know my opinion on that.
The past is the past.
You know my opinion on that. I don't agree with it. I've sat here and called it out, like, and I'm not going to sit here.
Do you know what I mean? We can all sit here. This is the problem with the set. People keep going about, and we all do it, and me included, 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Let's just move on. We're in the current climate now.
Yeah, well, I've had my opinion on that, you know. I have. I've sat here and spoke about it, so I'm not going to backtrack. Like, personally, I don't agree with it, right? But we all do things differently. Do I think people should say things like that? No, I don't. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, my situation here right now is the fact that she allowed something so horrendous said on Luke, and she laughed about it. Then she claimed that she'd never heard it, but previously she let this Jason play songs in the box with his wicked content, knowing what this man was capable of being said in the box. And then now last night we hear that she's saying that Luke should have a stroke and pass away. This ain't right, guys. This isn't right. This is bullying. This is bullying, what she's doing. And that Ricochet one as well, talking about my granddaughter every night of the week. Why is a grown-ass man sat there continuously talking about a 6-year-old every night?
Yeah, thank you, Lauren. Exactly, and I did speak on that as well, and I don't think she should have spoken on your grandchild in the way she did, you know, and then turn around to say, make her look good, and turn around and say, okay, we won't discuss this anymore, I don't feel comfortable about talking about a child, but you've just spoken about a child for 20 minutes.
Exactly. It's like, do you know when that day when Tilly come in and asked for that song to be played, and you was fair there, so thank you for that. But like at the end of the day, they made that content for the whole night. Like, I'm allowed to speak about my granddaughter. She's my granddaughter. I can talk about her as much as I want. Tilly. No adult on this app has a right to sit there and talk about my granddaughter and use my granddaughter for content, specifically just because she's asked for a song.
The thing is, though, Miss Red, a 6-year-old don't have those kind of thoughts. She has those thoughts, and you've got to look at the adult as to why an adult will be having those sinister thoughts. You know, those thoughts when you're talking about a 6-year-old. You know. My niece said things and done things. She doesn't understand what she's saying half the time. Do you know what I mean? They're innocent.
Exactly, and even that, you know, like you talk about things being clipped and edited. So on the FYP, I think Corey spoke about it, how and the Canadian one did, and the Ricochet one did, saying, oh, that she always plays the song. If I get the full clip, the song that I was talking about was the Lemonade and the Grape song, you know, the duck song. That's the song that I said she continuously plays, not the Willy Bum Bum, the Lemonade song. And then that was twisted, and the clip, when it was posted on the FYP page, went from she plays that song continuously. And then have you got any grapes? That's it. So that was twisted as well. To make out that she plays that song all the time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? For kids, it's funny words like farts, poo, bums, winkies, things like that.
Up your bum. You know, kids laugh at shit like that. You know what I mean? And people keep saying, because she did try and dox my niece, you know, who's a minor. She ran with your child's been 15 for 5 years. I know how old my niece is. She is a minor, okay, but I'm not going to put her on camera just to show people that she's a minor. That, you know, but however, she kept running with that she's 30 years old. I'm like, what the hell? She's not 30. What would I lie about how old she is? Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I've said something similar, and I will apologise for that, because I shouldn't be using your niece when me and you've got beef. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've brought your niece up in a conversation. You know, her niece has been 15 for 50 years, so I will apologise for that.
I mean, I'll get my mum on for the comments that think she's not 15 if you want, but I just don't want to be talking on her. Do you know what I mean? I'm definitely not going to put her on for you weirdos. Do you know what I mean? Just to show you that she is a minor, because I feel that some of the comments, especially CA's minions, want to actually see my niece, and I just think that's weird.
It is weird. Yeah. It is weird.
Oh, I'm going to jump down now. Thank you, Miss Red.
Okay, bye, Angie.
Bye. I can't get out. Sorry, can you kick me? It's frozen.
And for those out there that, you know, speculate that me and Angie are having conversations off TikTok, no, we're not. No, we're not. At the end of the day, we can have conversations and not be nasty to each other. At the end of the day, next week it may change, but, you know, we're allowed to have conversations. It doesn't mean that we're best friends. All right, guys? If she wants to jump in my box, she lets me in ours. Okay, guys? So that's what we're doing moving forward. Even if CA wanted to come in here and jump in my box, I'll let her in. Whoever I speak about is more than welcome in these boxes. Okay, guys? Yes, there you go. You see? And I shouldn't, thank you guys for the popular gifts. I shouldn't have mentioned Angie's niece. Do you know what I mean? I've only done it once. I think I did anyway. I think I did. I can't remember. But even I shouldn't have done that. Do you know what I mean? To score points and things like that. Exactly, until tomorrow, cockapoo. You know what we're like. You know, tomorrow we'll be dragging each other again potentially. But she lets me in her box and she's fair. So I've got to let her in this box. Hello, Shal. Hello, Layla.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Do you know you're in the box, yeah?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, darling.
Yeah. I think it's a bit stupid myself and a bit hypocritical that people go around the Cade and Angie saying about Luke with a stroke last night, but other people that's just jumped in your box now is wishing for Alex to have cancer 2 days ago.
Yeah, and that's wrong. That's wrong. I've just sat here, Shal, and I'm upset. I do not agree with people going low like that. Did you hear me say that?
Well, I was trying to get into the box, so I didn't hear it all. All I'm saying is,
there you go. You didn't hear it all. I did say I don't agree with people going low like that.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say to you, Miss Red, right? People are coming into your box now, licking your ass. Then give it 2 weeks, they'll be stabbing you in the back again. Everyone is fake.
So for me, it's not fakeness. For me, it's coexisting on an app. If people are fair with me, I will be fair with them. We don't forget what was said, but we have to coexist on an app. And I would rather be able to have a conversation with somebody than sit here and have an argument and drag somebody. If people are fair with me, I'm fair back, and that's the way I've always worked. Doesn't mean I'm going to backtrack on anything that I've said. because if you was in this live, you would have heard me say, I've had my opinion, I'm not going to change my opinion. I don't agree with people going low, wishing cancer, wishing this, wishing that. However, I'm allowed to have a conversation with somebody and keep amicable with it. Doesn't have to be nasty, because she lets me in her box, you see.
Yeah, I know that. I'm not saying no different about that.
And I'm not going to sit and explain myself. I will be civil with people as long as they're okay with me.
Right, can I speak now?
Okay, Shal?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me, Shal?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you, darling.
I've got to shout because the speaker on my thing. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is, when Dan said all that disgusting thing about CEA a couple of months ago, where was anybody sticking by her then saying he shouldn't have done it? You know, everyone is in fault. Everybody is bad. Somebody's back because I'm friends with them. You can't talk about them, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's not like that. Even the people that's in this live now, that's
Can I ask your opinion, Shal? What do you think about what was said about Luke?
It wasn't CEA. You said it, was it? You can't help if somebody says something now. If I said something now, which I would never do it, but say I said something, that is not your fault.
So how do you think she dealt with the situation?
But she didn't hear it. I'm in there every night. She didn't hear it. She didn't hear it.
I'm not listening to that shit. Get out. Right, Layla, hello, darling. Layla, do you know you're in the box? I ain't listening to that shit. Isn't it amazing? La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Get out. Selective hearing, it's called. Now look what you've done, Shal.
Sorry, I've had to get back because she's talking on me. Shell is a CA supporter, but I've got an agreement with Alex that we are not going to speak on each other. But however, it was spoken here. He said it first. He wished it on me first. So, but however, like I said, I did apologise because I don't want to be going low like other people. But it was said to me first. And second of all, what else should she say then? I've totally forgotten. I've lost my thought. I was going to say something else about CA. What was she saying about CA now? He wished the worst on me, which the worst is cancer, guys.
Yeah, but nobody should be wishing that on anybody. You know that, don't you? Like, I don't agree with people wishing C on anybody, great on anybody.
Oh, I do wish it on these some scumbags out there. Yeah, I do actually.
I don't like even people I heavily dislike, but I'm different to you. I'm not saying this because of my platform. I'm from a genuine place. There's a lot of people on this app who I heavily dislike, but I wouldn't wish death on them.
Yeah, I do, because when my father was diagnosed with cancer, that was the first thing I thought to myself, how come these scumbags don't get it and a good man does? You know, you got these peddlers walking the streets. So yeah, I think I do wish.
If they're a peddler, that, you know, if you're a peddler, you abuse animals, you abuse children, I wish the worst on you. Yeah. Like, you know, absolutely, God take them out first. I agree there.
Yeah, and if someone is a bad person, yeah, I do wish the worst on them if they are a bad person. And what she said about Dan, the thing is, I don't condone what Dan said, but however, I do think that, you know, she lied about her life for 5 years. So my opinion is why should we believe her on a DV? Now, I know that you might disagree with that, Miss Red, but it's very questionable. You know, she's taken her daughter's life and she's taken her daughter's trauma. So that's the way I see it. So you can't mock what has not happened, and I don't believe her.
And you are allowed to have that opinion.
She's asked for evidence for my medical conditions, everything I've got. She's doxed my family. She's doxed all of that. And if she has been through DV, I don't give a shit. I don't care enough.
I do. See, even though I think she's absolutely vile, right? Even though she's absolutely vile, I can't sit here and disagree that somebody hasn't been through something because I don't know, and I've had people say that I haven't gone through it and I know how that feels. Do you know what I mean?
When you're live for so long, like she did, she's very convincing, isn't she? Why should I believe her on that? Sorry, I don't believe her. You know, and like I said, I don't care. She tried to dox my family. She's done quite a lot to me. So why should I care of someone in Canada? And I don't care. Oh, it's shocking. Stop. All these people are that snowflakes. You know what I mean? You wouldn't really give a shit. Let's face it. You wouldn't. If someone had done something really bad to you, you wouldn't really give a shit. So, you know, tell the truth, guys, and stop trying to just say things that's making you look good. So that's all I want to say.
What do you mean tell the truth on what?
Well, people that are saying that, oh my God, it's shocking what I'm saying. But however, if things had been done and said to them and their family, someone was trying to dox their family, you know, especially a minor and all that kind of thing, and they put it all over TikTok, listen, you aren't going to sit here and say, poor CA, she's been through DV. No, you're not going to give a shit. And that's the fact of the matter. You are not going to care. And I don't believe these people in the comments saying that would.
See, this is Angie's opinion, guys. This isn't my opinion, and it's good that we can actually sit and have this discussion because for me personally, as somebody that has experienced that, I've been open about it. You know, my daughter spoke about it. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
I'm not saying wish it on someone.
If people will agree with you, they're allowed to agree with you. But for myself personally, having gone through that, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
I'm not wishing it on anyone. I'm just saying I don't care.
Okay, I understand that, but I have a difference of opinion from that.
Yeah.
I do care that people have been through it because.
I mean, you've got to think also, Miss Red. What about the people that have had people turn up at their house and when they've got children there, or someone's done something to them that's really bad, and maybe that might be involve their children. You'd probably knock them out, right? So why would you care if someone has doxed your house and you're now living in fear? I mean, this is not me. I'm just using this as an example, living in fear because someone has doxed you and you've got children living at that house. Would you really care about that person, about their trauma? Come on, speak facts. You probably wouldn't.
Can I be honest, Ange? And I'm not coming across here as Snow White. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for whoever sent that, Colette. Thank you. I'm not sitting here and being Snow White, okay? So I have been doxed, right? And we're talking, right? I speak to EQ. EQ speaks to me, and I did pass her address on, and I don't wish any hate or harm on you. Genuinely, I know we have a back and forth, and there's times where I can't stand you and things like that, but I don't wish any harm on you.
I don't wish harm on you. I don't wish harm on anyone. I'm just saying I don't care. Not about yours. I'm talking about certain people. And all I'm saying is that, put it this way, if someone's doxed your address, and I'm not talking about me, using this as an example, and you've got children there, say something happens to your family because of that doxing, are you really going to be caring about their trauma? Come on, this is what I'm trying to say. Let's not be snowflakes. We're not going to all sit there caring about their trauma when someone has done the worst to you. And I'm talking about, I'm just using that as an example. Someone came to your house because of someone that doxed you. Are you going to say that was me? Are you really going to care about my trauma?
Okay. So I get what you're saying now. So would I care about the trauma? So obviously what they've been through in the past. Like, I wouldn't even bring that into the equation. I get what you're saying now, sorry. So for me, if somebody did something and it caused harm onto my family, I would retaliate. There would be a retaliation. Because I wouldn't let somebody get away with that, but I wouldn't, like, the trauma wouldn't come into it for me. Someone comes to my house.
Doesn't come into it, but say they're talking on their trauma on social media after what's happened to you. Are you going to care? You're not. You're just not, are you? You know what I mean? They expect you to have empathy for their trauma. And I'm just saying, if someone has done the worst, because you're all snowflakes in here. Listen, I don't wish the worst bad on anybody. I don't wish harm on you, Miss Red, or anybody. But however, if someone has done something really bad to you, and your family was involved, come on, you are not going to care about what they've gone through, and that's the truth. You're not.
Right, okay, so let's get some people in the boxes, guys. Let's get some people in the boxes. I don't know if you're happy to stay here, Angie.
Yeah.
I'm not going to allow a gang up. I'm not going to allow it's not going to be all of your haters in here. I want to keep it pleasant, okay? So if you want to come in the box and have this conversation, you're more than welcome. All right, guys? But I don't want it to be a gang up. I don't want anybody to get vulgar or anything like that, because I will drop whoever is vulgar from the box. I just want to say that, all right? So, do you agree with what Angie's saying here, guys?
I'm not. Morning, Miss Red. I'm not really going off on what Angie's just said, but I'm just going back a little bit. Why are grown-ass adults wishing things on anybody? You know, I watched my father struggle for 3 years after having a stroke. Unfortunately, he passed away in February, so I'm still a little bit, you know. I just can't understand why people on an app are going at each other and wishing the worst on them.
Okay, that's a fair enough question. That's a fair enough question.
I've just got a really quick one I'm going to drop because I've got some background noise. But this is kind of off the back of what Angie's just said, but I suppose it is actually aimed at all creators who do clapbacks and things like that. But going back to what Angie said about like trauma and things, hold on, I've lost my train of thought. Nope, it's come back, I've got it. Right, so if you then start, sorry guys, it happens all the time. If you start beefing with somebody, why can't we just call them a bitch? Why can't we just say, she's a cow, she's the this? Why do we have to
got big ears, she's got a big back. Yeah, she's got big eyebrows.
Why do we have to go, this person's a bitch, so we're going to drag their trauma? If somebody spoke about their trauma, they've spoke about it, that's okay. It's everybody's prerogative to do that. But as adults, why do we need to sit and dissect whether we think, oh, I wouldn't have behaved like that, or when it happened to me, this happened? That doesn't invalidate anybody else. I just think we should go back to saying, you're a bitch or you're
Birdie
a cat,
Apple, can I just also say something? CA did an AI, and I did one of her, don't get me wrong, but she did an AI of me paying my grapers to grape me. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying to you is, why do I care about someone else's trauma that did that and put that my father had, having a heart attack in the AI? Why would I care about her trauma? Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm not,
No,
wishing,
100%.
I'm not wishing harm on anyone. All I'm saying is I don't care.
No, I get that, and no, you don't have to care, but rather than dissect what somebody else has been through, can you not just block, move on, ignore? For what it's worth, I think the AIs are disgusting. I haven't seen the specific ones that you're talking about, Angie, because Canadian Angie's on too late for me at night. The only clips I see is if Luke plays them, Donna plays them, if I catch an FYP show, but as a whole, I think all those AIs are disgusting because they don't, and it's okay for a creator to say, I forgive them, but those AIs from a while ago, they didn't just impact 2 people, they impacted a lot of people. So I suppose that comes back to my point, can we not just call people out for what they've done rather than try and dissect everything?
Can I just say one more thing though, also, what I was going to say is, a lot of people talk on my trauma, they say they don't believe me, so all these people that saying, oh my God, Angie, how have you said that? You've all said that about my trauma, or every single one of you, that you don't believe it and all this shit. I don't have to believe your trauma, it's that simple. If you go to court, you're going to be ripped apart, you're going to be called a liar. I can believe what I want to believe. When someone's come on here to lie about their life for 5 years, why should I believe what they're saying now?
You don't have to believe it. That nobody's saying you have to believe it. All I'm saying is just don't dissect it. It takes women on average 7 times to leave a DV situation. Women don't speak up, as you say quite rightly. They will get ripped in court, and statistically women aren't believed. So that's all I'm saying is let's just not dissect. There's other things, Angie.
I'm sorry,
enough.
Apple bought a boots. I don't really give a shit about her trauma. She said, like I said, that I paid my grapist, and she's done that AI. She's said that she wants receipts for my medical conditions and all this kind of thing. I don't care, and it's that simple. I don't care, and I don't believe her either. I really don't. So,
and that's okay. You don't have to believe her, but we don't have to dissect it on the internet for everybody else to see. You don't have to believe Angie. I'm not trying to convince you. I know nothing of this woman, so I'm certainly not here trying to convince you. But all I'm saying is when we invalidate one, we invalidate multiple.
Angie, can I ask you a quick question? Sorry, guys, I'm just doing it really quickly.
Yeah.
Angie, right, so people have to understand that empathy and sympathy are 2 different things. You can sympathise with people and you can be empathetic. When you say with Canadian Angie, you have every right to the way you feel, would you agree that doesn't change your opinion on somebody else that hasn't been derogatory to you? because I think that's where where they're going to go with it is you're saying that you don't care what's happened to her, but you have empathy and sympathy for others that haven't gone at you.
Yeah, I have sympathy for others, but how are you? It's just like, are you going to have sympathy for a peddler? Are you going to have sympathy for a rapist? You're going to have sympathy and empathy for these people? No, you're not. So I'm not going to have empathy and sympathy for someone that's done that to me, with an AI and wanted evidence and, spoke on my trauma, saying that she doesn't believe me and all of this. So why should I have that same empathy back? But yes, I do have empathy for other people that have gone through that. But however, I don't believe CA's story. I don't believe she's been through that. Like if Birdie Apples, if she's been through that, yes, of course I will have empathy for what she's gone through. Absolutely.
Okay, let's hear what Jam's got to say. Let's keep the boxes fair. Hello, Jam.
Sorry, Donna, I'm just going to drop just to free up a box, but can I just say, Angie, see when you called me Apple Boy there, I absolutely loved it. So can everybody call me Apple Boy from now on, because I just love that. No, I love it. Have a good day.
I'm going to drop.
Okay,
Sorry.
hi, Jam.
I'm going to drop. It was just that I wanted to say before, but and I'm not here for the guest, but whoever it was that was gifting me, thank you. I didn't come up for that, but yeah.
Can I just say I agree with what you said, Jam, about people shouldn't be dragging up people's traumas and using it as a weapon and things like that. I can't remember if I once went at Delusive Angie. I can't remember that. I think I said I didn't believe her over something. I can't remember. Is that right, Angie?
The rape, yeah. And that's why I said about the DV, yeah.
And I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have. It was a while ago.
Can I ask you a question though, Miss Red?
I shouldn't have done that, and it was wrong.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't do it again.
That's when I spoke about the DV, yeah. Can I ask you a question, Miss Red, though? So, CA said about Luke, she hopes he dies and has a stroke, right? Now, should Luke now have empathy for what she's gone through after what she said about him?
I don't think Luke would go there. And this is, people are different. You're different.
Yeah, but you said she's on live talking about her trauma and it's on the FYP, so now Luke has to talk on it.
Luke doesn't go there, and I shouldn't have gone there with you. I don't remember the situation, but I've heard you speak about it.
But Luke did say he didn't believe her DV. Do you know that? He did say that.
Yeah, but obviously, I think he's spoke about that since and he's apologised for it. I can't remember, and I'm not just saying that. I really don't remember. It was a while back, but
it was
I
yesterday.
don't. Was it?
Yes.
Well,
apparently to CA, this is.
Sometimes things. Sorry, sometimes things are said in the heat of the moment, but it's just, saying the most horrendous things to people. It shouldn't, it just shouldn't be done. But yeah.
The fact that she's meant to be a grown woman.
I would never ever wish Canadian Angie.
Luke, can we stop saying wish? We're not wishing. We're just.
No. Angie, can I land? You've just turned around and said you can just turn around and said that she wished that I was unalived. I would never wish her unalived. I would never wish my worst enemy unalived. Life is too short. Yeah, we all know people that have died young, and you get upset about it. Like sorry, Miss Red, what's going on? But please don't stick up for me, Miss Red. I am with Angie on this one. I do not believe a word the woman says. I don't believe the things that she's mocked. I don't know the thing that she's laughed at. She pretends to be her daughter. We all know who she really is. I agree with Angie on this one. I have no sympathy for her, and I don't care. And if that makes me a bad person, I'm a bad person.
You're not a bad person. She's a bad person.
She has lied about.
1 minute, please.
She has lied about who she is. She has lied. She takes her daughter's story. She's lied about who she is, and she sat there and laughed at paedophilia. So no, I don't feel sorry for her. She sat there and laughed about a song about me sucking somebody off. Yeah, no, I don't. I have no sympathy for her, but I wouldn't wish her unalived. I wouldn't wish any physical harm on the woman, but do I believe her any word she said? I would be a liar to say I believe any single word. I don't. I don't believe what comes out that woman's mouth. She has supported the worst said about me. And you, she constantly goes for DA every single night, picking apart DA stories about her cancer, her dad, her mum. She picks everything apart, and it needs to stop across the board.
I agree.
Anyway, I'm going because I'm getting fucking angry.
Okay, darling. All right then, guys. Let's listen to what Julie's got to say.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Julie.
I want to go back to the Shell one that came on. Now, that was prime example of jumping into something without hearing the whole conversation. She didn't hear what you had to say. She just wanted up in the box to have a rant at you. So I think people need to be mindful of that. Like, listen to the whole thing before you have an opinion or before you speak, you know?
Yeah.
Also, with CA, with her DV and things, I mean, like, yes, the woman lied for 5 years, etc., but would I not believe a woman who said that, or a man? No, I wouldn't. It's like, I had to prove this weekend that I was blind, for God's sakes. Do you know what I mean?
Did you have to?
Yeah, well, I didn't have to, I guess, but I was getting told that I wasn't blind, etc., so I felt like, nip it in the bud, show the proof, nip it in the bud. So that's what I did, but I'm delusive. Like, I can take or leave you, but you ask a lot of people for receipts, and it's like, why should people have to show these things?
No, Julie, no, I don't. You're twisting that
Hang
around.
on, Anne, 1 minute. Just let Julie finish. Let's keep the boxes fair, and you'll get your say. Go on, Julie.
It's why should people have to prove things on this app? Why can't people just go on face value? And if you think it's not right or it's not true, move along. You don't have to sit and watch these people. You don't need to listen to them. Just move along.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I say no, I don't? If there's two creators on TikTok, like, for example, you know, the Laura and the Speedo situation, right? She was a victim, right? But none of you believed her. Yeah, none of you believed her. But isn't she?
I believed her.
Yeah, but no, a lot of people didn't. So stop with the I want receipts. If there's two creators on here, and say, for example, I accused Miss Red of something, what's Miss Red gonna ask? Well, she's gonna say, show the receipts. So if there's two creators and we know who those two people are, yeah, then you should bring receipts of that, or don't bring it to social media, because that could be damaging to that person you're accusing. So stop with the victim's always right. Who's the victim, love? The person that said it, or the person?
I never said the victim's always right. I said whether you want to take it.
But look, Judy, you're not listening to me. Who's the victim, the accuser or the accused? Now, really think about that. Could that be a false accusation that someone has made about someone on TikTok, right? So that means that person will be a victim of a false accusation, no?
Yeah, I get that. But what I'm saying is,
and they lie about DV, and you'll be very surprised how high it is.
No, I get that, and I get people do lie on this app. I understand that, but like I said, if you don't believe it, just move along. You know, you don't have to. People don't have to be involved. They don't have to call out people for this, that, and the other. Just don't be involved. Just move along.
That's fair enough. Let's listen to Steph. Hi, Steph.
Hello. So,
hello, darling.
Like, I know Delusive saying, well, they've done this and I don't have sympathy because they've done this, but that's part of the problem on this app. They go low, you go lower, it continues until the worst is said and done. You are saying and dragging the worst things on each other, and then no one's any better than anyone. No one's taking the high ground and being the better person and putting a stop to it before it gets to the point where it is absolutely diabolical.
Yeah, valid.
But that's all I had to say. I'm going to drop so someone else can get
constantly do it with me. Always constantly, all of you are questioning my trauma, all my DV, everything I've gone through. You've all questioned. So don't sit on your high morals, high ground now, and make out that you have empathy and all of this when you really don't.
Excuse me, I have never questioned anything when it comes to you,
Steph. I'm just talking in general.
Okay, I was going to say.
About Steph, guys, I really need to go to the toilet. Luke, can you just jump in the box, please? For 5 minutes, just while I have the toilet, because you've got box powers. Guys, I'm going to literally sit here and pee myself. I'm so sorry. Luke,
I'm going to drop so someone else can get in.
Okay,
yeah, I'm going to drop as well.
In charge. Thank you,
Steph.
Someone has put how many times have you lied? Exactly. And how many times has CA lied? 5 years she's lied for. So I don't believe her. I don't care. And that's just my opinion. I just don't.
Yeah, I'm going to drop, but can I just say, good luck with your operation, Angie. Luke, I'm sorry what was said to you. It was horrendous. Thank you for letting me in the box, and thank you for the game.
Morning, everyone. Hi, it's Jo here. Luke, I just want to say you are actually a really lovely person. I think the good that's come out of what CA has done is it made me think about things and how you're treated and the awful names that you get called day in, day out. And sometimes it becomes like pantomime and you don't necessarily realise the impact that can be having. And when she said what she said, lots of things she said, but allowed that Jason, and she did laugh. I sat and thought about it, and I thought if that was one of my grown daughters or son that went through this, I would be like a raging bull. But I was upset, it hurt my heart. I was on my other account and I actually sent you a message on my Not the Average Joe, and I just want to say something that, you know, there is a bit of good in this, because I think you handled it really well. I think there was pain in your voice, you were genuine. And Luke, can I say something? And I'm not creeping, you are not ugly, you are not fat, and you're not, and all the things that you say about yourself, please don't do that anymore, because that hurts my heart. You're actually...
That's your opinion.
Yeah, no, but...
Angie.
No, and Angie, I love you, Ange.
Angela.
I'm trying
Angela,
to bring love and
Angela,
peace
you got
here.
your filter on 3000. Shut up. Sorry, darling. Thank you.
And I just want to say, with regards to the Canadian one, she says her story's changed many times, but I'll tell you what she did do. She gave him wings and he flew. He landed on her platform because she has been bigging him up, doing that ridiculous giggly laugh and, oh, I can't say that, it's, oh no, I'll be cancelled, all the time encouraging his behaviour. She gave him the confidence to speak like that, and he took that and went to a level that nobody should go to. That's on her. She said she's a moral compass. No, she's not. She uses underhand tactics and has convenient memory loss when it comes to the things that she's done. And it's made me think about my behaviour, how I react, what I write in comments, and I just want to come and say that I think you're a really, really nice person. I love Angie to bits. I love Miss Red. I've been guilty of the, oh yes, she did. Oh no, he didn't. And I'm just going to stop doing that and see the bigger picture.
Thank you for saying that, but I'm not innocent. I'm not innocent, but I've never gone to the levels of mocking paedophilia. I've never gone to the levels of playing songs and like that. Yeah, I should stop saying Maple Flats, I admit it, and I'm going to stop saying it. But that woman has got so much hate in her life. She's a bully. She calls us the bastard bullies. I can't even talk about it. She is horrendous.
Luke, I did not stop thinking about it. That's why I sent you that message, that long waffle. I do waffle. Because I thought, even if you never read it, I've done it, I've sent it, and I've said, this is not acceptable. And like with what Angie and Miss Red, you imagine if yourself, each and every one of us, if we were on a live and people were ripping us apart on how we looked, how we spoke, what job we did or didn't have, our disabilities. It is absolutely lines that should never be crossed. And
good morning, Top Girl's the best. Bye.
And I'm not here for that. I'm in, as Alicia would say, I'm in my peaceful era, my loving era, and I want to be nice. And if that's boring and whatever, then it is. I waffle. That's me. Yeah. So you're great people. You all bring something. And it's true though. And if it's a day where I'm not feeling what's going on in that room, I'll move to the next one. I don't spread hate and make comments on how you look and how you speak, and if you're wearing makeup or if you're not or whatever. For God's sake. Anyway, I shall drop. I love you, Miss Red. I love you, Angie, and I love you, Luke. And do not ever, ever listen to anybody saying anything negative, because there's a thin line between love and hate. Haters are undercover lovers. Apart from CA, because she's just a venomous, vile, weird, strange, twisted, bitter, and she needs therapy, deep therapy. The end.
I think we all do to some extent, darling.
Yeah, me and all.
I think Torian would agree as well. I'd like to hear what Torian's got to say, actually.
Thank you.
Oh, Torian, thank you, scrolling. Torian, go on.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Tim.
Can I just say, that the sun is fucking shining outside. But I just want to say, you see with the cat.
Guys, where's Torian's volume gone? Is that me or is it Torian?
Well, she says because she knows that she's always going to get a response. Can you not hear me?
Your Wi-Fi went, darling. Say it again.
Now.
We can hear you now.
Okay, I was saying with the Canada one, yeah, why do we still entertain her? In a sense of like, why do we respond back to her? We know that if we say something back, she's gonna go on her live and talk about it. So it's just never ending. Like, we know that she's wicked. We know she says the most disgusting things about people, about you, Angie, whatever. But we still entertain her and we still come to her and we still want to hear what she's got to say, which makes her want to keep on responding. So it's like, are we really helping ourselves? Say that again, Miss Red.
She's got to say, T. I never really speak about her. I never really speak about the woman, Torian.
I just think everyone should just not come to her, not speak about her, and eventually she's going to get bored. But I feel like the more you fuel her, not you, but just in general, the more people fuel her, she's going to say the most degrading things about people. She's going to say the most horrible things about people. Like, look where she came from. As much as people don't want to admit it, she came from Evil Queen side. So we know what they're about, or she's about, really.
I think it was CLA side first, Torian, weren't it? I think she started from CLA.
Oh, is it CLA side? Oh, my bad.
CLA
But I just
first,
think, yeah, I don't know. I just think the more we entertain her, it's just never going to end.
Yeah, but I don't, T. I don't entertain it. I ignore it, and I'm still, star of the show. Every night. Every night I'm star of the show, darling. And Torian, come on now, you're truthful, yeah? No, there's no shit you don't care. Do I really speak about that woman?
Whose mother?
Do I really speak about CA on my lives?
No, I don't really hear you speak about her. No,
I don't
really hear Angie. The only time I hear Angie speak about her as well is when she said something about Angie. I don't really see Angie speak to her. And Canada does this thing where she'll speak and then she'll come into the live. Like, say for instance, she'll talk about Angie the night before. She'll come into Angie's live in the comments and do this like narcissistic thing. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like she wants the attention. She's craving the attention from you guys, and you lot need to open up your eyes and see it.
Yeah, that's true. Torian's right, guys. Who agrees with Torian?
I'm always fucking right. I am. I'm joking.
You are. To be fair, you are. You are. He's spot on, said the voice.
Oh shit.
Is there anyone that disagrees with Torian? Come on, let's have a row. Nobody disagrees. Hello, Julie. Hello, San.
Hello.
Hello, Miss Red.
Sorry, I'll just be quick because I've been here for ages. Is that okay?
Go on, darling.
Thank you. No, I just want to say what CA has been saying about people. It's absolutely disgusting. You never know what somebody else is going through. Words have consequences. You can't. Well, it's just disgusting with what Luke went on with yesterday, with what he was said about him and his uncle and so forth. It's just wrong. And the fact that she's always on about you and Luke every single day, you get sick of hearing about it, and you never know what something like yourself. You're going through a bereavement. Some days you'll probably have it where you couldn't give two shits about what the woman's saying. And then other days it may really hit home. I think she just needs to, just stop and think about what the consequences her words are having for people. That's all.
I think that can go for a majority of us as well, not just that one. But I think moving forward, I do think something needs to change on this app.
Definitely.
And I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying it to be Snow White. It's just got so negative, so toxic.
Yeah.
And I think as a whole, and that's why me and Angie can sit here and have a conversation, because I'm open for change. I'm open for not being enemies with everybody and saying horrendous things. Like when she went through that last week, I reached out and I said good luck, because I genuinely, as much as me and this woman's had a back and forth, and
you don't wish ill or harm on her.
We've had our dramas, and I don't agree with the majority of what she says, and she's got her opinions on me. Yeah. I don't want any harm to come to her,
no,
and
exactly. That's the difference with you, though, isn't it?
We're all human. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow isn't promised. Do you know what I mean? But there's just got to be a stop to all this.
There's got to stop, because what if she ends up saying it to the wrong person, and that wrong person then does something because of that, because of what she said. You never know what somebody else is going through. This is what I'm trying to say. I suffer with mental health. I'll come on here, I'll be all happy and smiley to everybody, and then inside I'm probably dying. And just somebody saying that one wrong word can just be the end. I mean, I know we're all supposed to be adults and so forth, but I think she just needs to be held accountable now for, her words and her actions. That's
The
all I
thing
wanted to
is,
say.
we're all held accountable, Sam. I'm held accountable, Luke is, Pearl is, you know, many of us are held accountable, you know, even Angie, when, you know, Angie's done something, people go mad, there's lives fired up, you know, there's, why isn't this person being held accountable for what they're saying?
It's bullying on a whole new level.
It is bullying, it
Yeah.
really is bullying, 100%. It's bullying.
And it's wrong. I don't know how anybody can sit there and agree with that creature. I mean, the way she degrades people, bullies people, it is just wrong. And at the end of the day, she's meant to be a grown-ass woman.
Exactly. I feel bullied by her.
I can see why.
I do.
I can see why. And Luke as well. I mean, Luke comes on and puts on this big performance, but he must, you know, when he sits there of an evening, he must think, wow, am I that hated by somebody that doesn't even know me? I mean, what? She has no morals, the woman.
See, Luke, right? I can speak about Luke because I'm sorry, I'll only be brief, and then we'll get on with all you guys and what you've got to say. But Luke, I can speak from being his friend and meeting him so many times in real life and spending so much time with him. He has got a big gob. He gives it all gob, but he's very, very sensitive.
Yeah,
he's
you
a
can
very,
see that.
very sensitive.
That's how I am.
He really is. He really is. It affects him, even though we'll probably, you know, get mad at me for saying this, but he does. He gets
I
affected.
completely understand it. I could be exactly the same. I'm all mouth. And yeah, I will fight for what's right. Don't get me wrong, but then I'll come home and I'll think about it. And that's when it then hits home and it starts to bother. And I think people need to think about that. And people are saying, do I watch CA? No, why would I want to watch a cretin like that actually, you know, just causes upset, slags people off constantly, calls them names when she's meant to be a grown-ass adult. So no, I don't watch the woman. I wouldn't give her the entertainment.
Yeah, it's like, you know, even Delusive Angie is, you know, she is quite, well, she's probably one of the most controversial people on here. And, you know, she does, you know, she's Delusive Angie, but I can imagine it affects her as well.
We're all human, you know. You know, some of the things people say we can shake off, and other things no, they do take it to heart. And what she said about Luke's uncle, which has absolutely no relevance to Luke whatsoever, that is just disgusting. Tarring somebody with that filthy brush, there's just there's no excuse for that. It's just foul.
Yeah, thank you,
You're
Sam.
welcome. Have a lovely day.
Thank you. Have a lovely day, guys. I've got no more time for boxes. I'm so sorry. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Miss Red. Hi, Angie.
Hello. Hello.
Hiya. I only watch you, Angie and Luke, daily. And I've heard her go at you. I've heard her go at Angie. But what she said to Luke, what she let allow happen to Luke the other day was despicable.
Yeah.
But I can't understand why none of you just don't do a total blackout on her.
It's easier said than done, Julie. It really is. Like, it's only human instincts that you want to defend yourself and you want to clap back. And there's so much that you can sit and ignore. It's like, you know, I played videos of that Jackie again today. Like, it's really hard to ignore continuously, or, you know, when you got someone speaking about you for hours. It's, honestly, Julie, if someone was saying it about, imagine you was in our position, right, and you was getting it continuously every night, how would you, like, still continuously ignore it, or would you think, fuck it, I've had enough, I've got to go back?
I think I'd ignore it because I think reacting to her gives her the reaction she wants.
Okay.
I second that. That's what she wants, because you just give her more ammunition then to do it again the night after the night. I don't watch her. I can't actually stand the sight of her, or not the sight of her, because she doesn't show herself. But I think she's just deep down a vile person. And there's no need for what she's doing to people. She doesn't care about anybody's mental health. She just doesn't care about anything. And why she's even so invested in UK TikTok is beyond me.
Well, it makes you wonder what she's done on Canada TikTok, really, to be over this way.
Yeah, you're right.
Sorry, Julie, wouldn't you argue that she's on British, UK, English TikTok because we've allowed her to be on this side of TikTok?
Yeah,
if we'd prefer the blackout and we think, do you know what, you're so invested on us, the other side of the world, we're not going to be equally as invested on you, the other side of the world. You stick in your lane and we'll have a blackout, we'll allow her just to be a troll. Eventually it might stop, and if she doesn't, it really doesn't. I know it's easier said than done, but I just think we're allowing her to be on this side, so I don't understand why.
There's nothing you can do about it though, Lucy, in all fairness. Like, there's nothing you can do to get anybody off the app. Like, the comments are saying it's a worldwide app, do you know
I'm
what I mean?
not saying get her off the app. That's not what I mean at all. What I'm saying is TikTok is such a massive app. We've allowed her to come over to this side. If this side of TikTok give her a blackout and think, oh, you get on with it, she will eventually have to go to another side of TikTok to be able to get views, because all the time that we were going back to her, yous are making money, she's making money on it, and it's not healthy for anybody.
For me, I'd rather not have a back and forth and not make a penny where she's concerned. You know, I could be arguing with Angie today and make a fortune, but I'd rather not make all that money and be okay. Do you know what I mean? For some of us, it isn't just about money. It's about, you know.
Cockapoo just said, don't give it relevance, and I completely agree with that. I know it's easier said than done, but people are going to talk, whether they talk on the app about you or off the app about you. Your next door neighbour's probably got something to say about us all, let's be honest, but we don't let it bother us, do we? As people, we just think, oh, whatever. And I think we all need to just kind of do that and allow her to stay in her own lane, if that makes sense. Stop bringing the relevance up about her. Stop, because everyone's going to go, oh, that's all this 3K. Half of them might think, oh, let's go and see what CA's got to say tonight. And then that's it. We're building her room. It's just need to cut her off.
I agree. It just gives her more views. I agree with that 100%.
I agree.
It's frozen. I can't actually exit.
Oh, do you want to go?
Please.
Oh, I'm not letting you go. Sorry, Angie.
What's happened? It's just frozen.
Bye, Angie. Thank you for joining.
Can I just share some really, really nice, happy, brilliant news?
Go on, darling.
So, you know how like people give back to communities and things like that. So I know some of you'll know, if there's any other woodpeckers in here, I know that you're aware of it, Donna, that Miss Remy has been trying to work on building a community retreat.
Oh, the retreat.
Well, there's amazing news just in that Bert and Ralph have just got us up to, we're at £9,200 out of the £10,000 that we need. Please don't gift me. What I would like everybody to do, please, is go over to Miss Remy's profile. It's Cam Remy, if somebody can write that in the chat. Go into the bio, go and have a little look. I'm not asking anybody for pounds and pounds and pounds, but sorry, Donna, I should have asked first. I'm just so excited. But I saw the numbers. There was 3.2 people in. We need £800. And I thought, see if a quarter of your room can spare me £1. It means that, because the goal is for Remy's 50th birthday in October, the goal is to have the retreat up and running for that. So it would be amazing just if people could come over, show some support to Remy, because everybody says they want happy FYP, they want nice little spaces, and it is an amazing room when some of the bigger creators aren't live. And also she does do a cheeky little spy cam, so if anybody might be blocked, pop in and have a little watch. As long as you're respectful, everybody gets to stay. But if I can have £1 off 800 people, that will be amazing. Thank you so much.
And there you go, guys. Get your pounds out and let's get this retreat done. Thank you.
Get
Bertie.
community'd. Thanks, Donna.
Bye, darling.
Bye, darling.
And you never have to ask me, Birdie. Remember, you're one of my day ones.
Thank you for letting me in the box, Miss Red, and I hope you have a wonderful day today.
You too. Thank you, Julie, for joining.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye, darling. Bye. There we go. Do you see, guys, I'm sorry about the boxes. Do you see, like, me and Angie, I've had my opinions. I'll stand by a majority of what I've said. You know what I mean? I ain't going to backtrack. But how much better, right, is it that you can have the worst kind of arguments with people, you can have the worst beef, but you can still coexist on an app? Like, I mean, if me and Angie's capable of doing it, why can't we all do it? Why can't we all try and coexist and not be nasty with each other, not go low, not dig each other's fucking personal things out? Like, and this is what the app should be about. I'd be happy to sit in a box with everybody that I've got beef with, as long as, you know, you're on a level with me and you're showing a little bit of kindness, and, you know, do you know what I mean? That's the way this app should be. Like, the nastiness needs to stop. the bullying, the derogatory shit, wishing shit on people, doxing, going low. We all have to coexist on here, and it's so much better for the audiences. Guys, have you enjoyed this today? No, I agree with you, Luke. Have you enjoyed this today? Right? Yeah? It's like me and the Evil Queen one. We put our beef aside 8 months ago, right? For this reason, that you can, the worst can be said, you can go through the worst things, say the worst things about each other, but it's about coexisting. Thank you, Mickey. It's about coexisting. This is, you know, a majority of our jobs. This is what we do for a living. Like, exactly, it's like the old days, right? And I just think the app would be so much better, and it would be a better place for the audience, for communities, mental health wise. It's going to be better for live creators and everybody else. Like, we don't need to be at each other's throats every day and say horrible things. Let's just take it back. Let's take the app back to how it was. Do you agree? There's 2.8k people. I believe that too, Carmen. I do believe, you know, some things are too far gone, but if you've got it in you, you've got to try and do something, right? We've got to try and do something. If I can do it, you can do it, and you can sit here in a box and do it. We all must be able to do it. Thank you, Sammy. Bev, I agree with that. The responsibility is on all of us. And then you ain't got communities going at each other, and, you know, B&Q can do it, we can do it. Right, guys, I'm going to get going because Preggers is waiting to use the kitchen. I hope you've enjoyed today's show. We only got through 3 or 4 videos, but the room's back to where I wanted it to be. This is what I want the room to be about. I want you to come in the boxes, have your opinions, and it was quite pleasant today, right? So make sure that you're back tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock because we're going to do it all over again. You're going to get in the boxes and you're going to have your opinions. Moderators, thank you for looking after the room. Also, MVP to my Adam. Sally, I don't know if you're still here, darling. Thank you for my Black Swan. Danielle, Angie, Lily, Claire A, Jackie, Kelly, Emma, Totty, Nat, my Nat, Nikki, Anne, Lee, Cyprus, Leah, Lauren, Frangelico, Steph, Amanda, Little Levy, Savage Stitch, Kim, Susan, Bradford Lass, I'll give you a follow, Miss Sammy, Claire, Amy, Dolly Mix, FYP, Poppy, Stormy Rain, and everybody else. Moderators, thank you for looking after the room. I gotta go because people want to use the kitchen, but what time is it? Luke's not on today, guys, so I might pop back on for an hour later and finish the rest of these videos because I've still got some videos to get through. Luke's not on today, is he? No, he's not on today, guys. He's having the day off, so I might pop and come back on for an hour, let these eat and have a drink and everything. Should we come back, guys? Yeah, let's do it. Right, make sure you follow in, 2.5k people. Make sure you're following me, please, here. I love you too, Kim. Right, gotta go. Bye, guys.